I make. And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 84. And as you guys know from me, I'm someone where I don't really care to celebrate holidays all that much. You don't need to hear that story at all. I don't personally care to tell people at all. And I prefer to be mysterious to people as usual. So during the holiday weeks, I work 6 days a week, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's week as well. So if you guys do happen to celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or where the fuck you guys celebrate from this point all the way until the end of the year, just make sure you're being safe and productive and happy holiday season. Because, well, let's be honest here. When it comes to Thanksgiving, after it's over, which is basically tomorrow when it's done, most people are in full Christmas mode. Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Can't wait. And maybe for this year, even though I don't celebrate holidays, maybe I will put on a Santa hat instead of my usual Rippaverse hat. Maybe I will. I'm going to be a ho, ho, ho. But there's no context to that at all. That is just a pure joke that I'm just making because I'm trying to be funny. So hope you guys have been enjoying the consistent content we've been putting out on the channel. We dropped the Transformers Volume 1 review from Daniel Warren Johnson. A lot of people wanted that. It's there on the channel. Truly the best comic book I've read in a very, very long time. Let's just say it was an absolute banger. It was like bringing a girl home and just banging her out, and then she keeps telling you to go deeper and everything. Man, it was just great.
You've never heard.
All right. This is why your gender doesn't deserve rights. Holy shit. So, Theo's here, and Diesel's here too.
There we go.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing?
Do women deserve rights? Should be an episode of a podcast. I'm kidding. So, hopefully everyone's having a good
Hold on. I have some thoughts on this, actually.
We're only 2 minutes in.
Wait,
we're only 2 minutes in and you have thoughts already.
Here. Let's not.
We're 2 minutes in. He already has thoughts that'll take up the whole 2 hours of the show. Holy fucking shit,
Women
man.
are too pretty to have rights. They should just stay home and make banana bread.
That's
just
the wrong.
take care of them.
Beyond the wrong statement. I'm sorry.
They don't. I'm just saying.
Not the right
They
statement.
just need to be pretty and just sit at home, just make their banana bread, wear their cute little aprons, and just they don't need. You don't.
You've been watching way too much
Look,
hentai.
even if you
It's
wanted to go,
no world's the fun in that.
Here's the thing.
If
Here's
you wanted to go with that misogynistic way, but don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of that word at all. But the way that you're saying it makes it seem like that.
No,
But
it's
because
true.
I think it's ridiculous. But the problem is, we're in America. There's not that many pretty girls, other than in very specific places. That's just not happening. And I'm in LA, and I'm saying that shit. That's just not happening.
No,
Like,
Lord Jesus.
There are
Lord
I'm
Jesus.
just throwing out pure facts.
I
out
thought
here,
he
dude.
was gonna check me with the male feminism, and
Nah,
then he hit
hell
me
no.
with the misogynistic left hook out of nowhere. That was great.
Oh, before we
dude,
go,
I ducked that and hit you with the
unaware-
Mike Tyson
Oh.
left when he was in his prime, dude. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, he still
Side
got
fact,
it. He
if
was
you're
just
unaware,
none of that-
Theo's a stand-up comedian, and he likes to make fun of women in his stand-up comedy.
Oh, perfect. We're
I
gonna
don't-
get along just fine.
Are we trying to pair them up in a relationship? You're not some Cupid. What the hell?
Oh, no,
Oh my God.
You come out to
Wow.
LA, or if
I
you're out here,
told
dude, we'll
one
hang out.
person-
It'll be a great time. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I told one person one objective truth about another person, and somehow I'm trying to get them in a relationship.
That's how it works in the world now. That's how liberalism works. Hey, we're all registered Democrats here. We all voted for Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. Vote blue, right? So let's push those narratives on people.
Yeah.
Trans rights are human rights. Trans kids' lives matter. Okay, what else we
Am I
got
on
here?
the wrong stream? What happened here?
Can't you tell by my accent? I totally voted Democrat, bro.
Oh, I believe it, dude. Like,
Hashtag
this
vote
guy
blue.
was slapping like this is my fault, and
Oh,
it's just
Lord.
Trump stickers
man.
all over the place.
Yeah, man.
Like, on the gasoline
work out and do
stations,
any
yeah.
of that testosterone stuff. That's
Nah,
for
nah.
that's toxic.
For people who
Toxic,
don't want to rip their stitches.
Toxic.
He
Oh,
definitely never tried
hey,
to register his
hey,
arms
Tom,
as
let me
deadly
tell you
weapons
something.
as a Second
Thank-
Amendment right. He never
Let
did
me
that.
tell you
It's just-
something.
it's
Thank
fine.
you, Tiny, for actually giving a damn to mention that. Thank you. You're too kind.
Don't lie to her.
You're too
Fine.
stubborn.
I haven't worked out. Didn't you see me? Let me tell you. Look, I took a picture. I saw all my weights and stuff the other day. I took a picture of it and I posted it in our group chat. I was like, my love, we've been separated for so long. I'm heartbroken. I just had a picture of my weights.
You know,
You need to-
I will have.
And then I got
will have
chapped
so much
by
more-
everybody. Then Selena's like, "You better not be working out." I'm like, "What do you think I posted
Why
up
don't-
so we could
Yeah, but
separate for
dude-
so long?"
You'll have sympathy for me about that when you've been doing that, crying about that same exact thing for 10 years. Then you can talk.
She's so
Look,
mean.
I've lost the fight. I'm tapping out. I'm going to go to the corner. I'm taking a knee. I'm gonna run out the clock. I've
what you
already
need to do.
lost. I'm going.
I'm running a poll on the channel, and we're gonna vote on is Tiny mean, because she's like, I'm
Tiny,
not mean, and I'm
hold
like,
on.
that's not true.
I never said
Tiny.
I wasn't mean.
Tiny, listen, you're being mean to everybody else on
Yeah.
the panel. I'm starting to get jealous. I thought we had something special.
What side are you
I
on?
was the target of your
I'm new.
bullying.
I'm new on the Wednesday panel, so I have no idea what's going on, to be
She
fair.
is-
But
she's
I
our-
will join in on the chaos. I'm down for it. Let's go.
Basically,
Like-
I'm mean for two particular reasons, according to MSK and Diesel. MSK, when he starts talking about all the women he's fucked and had fucked him and all that, and I get to a point where I just have to just a little dose of it, reality. And Diesel, my dear, he's a super fitness guy who's willing to, what was it, 3 fucking miles you ran after you had how many surgeries on your abdomen?
You're not supposed to
4.
do this.
4.
No,
4
you're supposed to do
surgeries. You ran
4
3 miles.
miles and 4 miles, and this is the 6th hernia.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. That's
Yeah,
I haven't
so
ran.
bad.
I haven't jogged. I haven't jogged since the 2 miles I did about 2 days before I had this last one stitched up. So I'm not doing anything.
That one I can't really blame her on. You're not really supposed to. You could actually like die doing that. Your whole
Exactly.
I didn't do it after I had surgery, man. I
You're
haven't
supposed
been.
to take like a month
Yes,
off.
and if
I'm not gonna help.
If you tear the scar tissue that's inside of you, you can have internal bleeding and not realizing it
Yeah,
till you're
I
almost
was just
dead.
gonna say that. You'd be like, no, man, that's bad.
Dude, I'm not gonna help your I'm not gonna help your cause here in that, because I'm a blonde hair, blue eyed white guy who was a guitar player who played at like the Whiskey and I don't know, the Queen Mary, Safari Sam's, all throughout Hollywood in my 20s, and yeah, I might probably have as good as stories, if not better, than some of these guys. So I don't think I'm on the right side there, but I don't know. We'll see how everything goes.
Look, I waited my 6 months. Okay. I waited 3 months after I had my vertebra fused, man. So I'm like, I'm not going out and tearing anything. I haven't
Most
jogged
people
yet.
aren't done with. Most people are not done with physical therapy officially for more than 6 months after they've had spinal surgery.
My surgeon said I was no. Well, my doctor, no, my spinal, the guy who fused my spine said I'd be good to go after 3 months. And then he let me, and then I went and checked. I didn't do anything stupid, but after the 3 months, he checked everything out. It was all good, as long as I didn't do anything ridiculous, which I haven't. So started back working out. And this hernia stuff, the dude, after the 6 months, that's when my surgeon said that it was completely healed. This other one that I had recently, that was above one that was already stitched up, because that little area right there is thin. So it's all good. And when this one's healed up and done, everything's good. The whole lower, all those where everything was all torn up and everything down there,
Yeah.
it's all stitched up. And they're all the exercises that I've done since then, nothing is tearing anything up. I'm good to go, man. Let me tell you something, man. You got to be pretty hardcore to go get an artificial hip, fused vertebra and stuff, and still going out and getting in shape, man. I'm like an old car. Just have to go in every couple of years, get a rebuilt
oil
alternator, get the
To
fuel
be
pump
fair,
fixed.
You know, you could be like one of those new cars.
Are
where
you
can
are you
really
like
replace the whole part.
artificially in shape? Is that what's happening?
Well, if you count, well, you think when you get all this metal in you that it makes you a cyborg, but nah, it just gives you arthritis.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
I can believe
Which is
that.
why
time to go
all
down
the
the
artificial
panel.
parts in me are plastic.
Yeah,
All right,
I
so
got,
speaking of
I got
ladies
titanium
first-
all up in here, shoulder.
ladies
everything.
first. Tiny, how was your week? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad. Had a bit of a crazy weekend and had a crazy weekend
I
the
did
weekend
too.
before that. So
Yeah,
I'm having
crazy
fun.
weekends. You know, but glad everyone can make through them and get on the other side. It's like, unlike the Titanic. So, no, oh god, I can't make a joke. Holy shit. Shit.
What?
Fuck.
it's always funny
Oh.
when you actually catch yourself before you say something truly horrendous.
Wait, is it something about the Titanic, man? Because I'm a historian on that. Yeah, I can let you know if it's
Oh no,
accurate.
no.
No, he was going to
I
make a
was-
horrible joke, not actually.
I wasn't
talking
making a
about
horrible joke. I'm a nice, rich.
Well, I can let you know if it's
successful,
historic.
charismatic man.
Horrible joke.
All right, Cyfax, who we had on Monday, he's been coming on a little bit more recently. He's like a white guy I discovered, so I like to kind of casting couch a lot of you to make sure you're compatible with each other. I can't casting couch Tiny. I don't think she's ready for all that.
I was very offended because the first time I met you, you threw a white couch instead of a black couch in the background, and I was like, "What the fuck is this about, dude?" Like that was kind of brutal, but whatever, I get it. No, yeah. So since Monday, I came on your stream. That was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was cool meeting everybody. And then Tuesday night, DA, which you've met, you've interviewed him. He does his late night streams. He does it's like he calls it the nightcap or whatever. He's a person that I know in real life and whatnot. And so I went on there and we talked a bit and whatever. And then today I've just been kind of chilling, just trying to get ready for the holiday season, man.
Yeah, it's like my only day off, so I'm just trying to just chill and just not do much.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm
about to get you're about to get Omega level fisted. Like your shit is getting literally dug out of your body.
Okay. I'm gonna say real quick.
I didn't do anything.
My grandma used to say right around this time of year that the holidays were at our throats.
Isn't that most women on most guys ever?
I kind of. That's what your grandmother used
do the
to say.
math. Do the math on that, and how many of the
Holidays
kids that she had were born 9 months later? Like,
I like that take.
Base as hell.
Yeah, I know,
Holy
right?
shit.
That sounds pretty. That's pretty.
that might have been
holidays
that might have been what she's thankful for. Is those
before we
kids.
get to you, the bottom people, I will say this. I know a lot of people don't like Karens. I don't like Karens that much either. But I can still respect the fact that they will tell you like it is, no matter what. We do lack that in day and age like ours. Not a lot of people just take too much shit and they just don't ever say how they feel initially up front. I do respect some of you Karens out there, but I hate most of you too.
Where did that come from?
I'm a genius. Theo, how you doing, man?
Hey, doing good. Happy to be here. Looking forward to the holiday season. Cyfax, good to have another fellow white here.
What?
Appreciate having you.
That's what I'm here for. I mean, what's funny is I have my screen on dark mode, but StreamYards doesn't come up as dark mode, so I look even whiter.
It does not.
Screen.
No, you look.
It's ridiculous.
You look deficient. You look like you could use some vitamin D.
I think I should get uppercut from the sun.
Speaking of people who could use some vitamin D, what's up, Tiny? How you doing? Long time no see.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hell,
Sergeant,
girl.
Hi, Sergeant.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I've shown the pictures. I'll try to find another one. Like when I was young, I was so dark that everyone thought I was part of my mullato family because I've got family that's mullato.
How
and
dark
then
were
after
you?
10 years,
it's fine. You don't got to lie to kick it. It's fine.
No. After 10 years of doing glutathione shots and glutathione IVs, I couldn't tan anymore, and I'd gotten so pale, and I couldn't figure it out. Turns out, though it's really important for all sorts of health benefits, it also eats melanin and bleaches your skin. So I spent more than 10 years injecting skin bleach into me.
Gotcha.
MSK's listening.
Accidentally at that.
Hey, man, Michael Jackson paid good money for that.
Seriously. I did it accidentally. But it's funny. I never got sunburn my whole life. One sunburn I got was when I was in Rio because I wasn't used to being on the equator. But that's it. And now suddenly I go outside and immediately turn pink. It's awful. You want to say something. I can see that you want to say something.
No.
Come on.
Nope.
Nope.
There's so many jokes.
There's so many. Like, she just lines herself up for them. It's just so easy to just knock her down. It's easy, man. It's like bowling pins. You just throw it. Nothing. Hello, how are you doing? All right, great. What's going on, man? Why'd you turn your camera on, you heathen? You freaking Jew. It's Hanukkah.
Because it's not Hanukkah. Hanukkah's almost on Christmas this year because it's really late. And B, I'm actually eating and taking some painkillers, so I'm not going to be on screen for that.
Godly. Why can't you just show us when you swallow a pill? Not taking drugs.
Yeah, you don't want to eat pills on stream. I mean, come on.
Okay, maybe she's right with that.
Do you want to see somebody snorting painkillers on stream? I don't think.
Okay, she's not snorting.
I don't.
That's crazy.
I'm kidding.
God.
No, man, you chew them up. You don't snort them.
I actually swallow them. I can't chew them.
Man, I know people usually smoke them, so whatever.
That is your motto, right?
Are you supposed to swallow them? Because I swallow them.
That's what you're supposed to do.
We know you do.
Okay, good. No, I love swallow. That's
like I said, I knew people that would straight up
one.
smoke them, dude. And like it was whatever, dude. They just
you
crushed
eat
them up into their
it's
herb, and like it
gross.
was whatever.
They literally taste like shit. How do you eat them?
Oh, that's
Well,
terrible.
if you bite them into little pieces, not really like chew it, but bite it into little pieces,
gross,
it'll hit
man.
your system faster. It might go through
Really?
you faster, so it won't last as long, but it will hit your system faster.
Mm.
And very strange but weird thing, if you lie on your right side, you digest like 25% faster than if you lie on your left side.
I did know that. I remember.
That's
Things
because
you
of the
used to know.
location of your stomach inside your body.
Something like that.
All right. Wait, did we go over Gray?
No.
Hi, Gray.
Yeah,
How
you
doing?
started cursing Tiny when you were asking Gray what was going on, man.
Does she not deserve? She says some of those mentally ill things. I have to just like go off on her. It's just crazy. It's a knack of mine. at this
Mentally
point.
ill to call you out on your numerous conquests?
No. You're a great,
I was-
well-adjusted woman that we love.
Conquest.
I was
Quest was
wondering.
in
I was wondering
quotes.
if Grey Poupon was like an insult towards her that you just adopted as a name. But
I
okay.
told him to be ketchup, but he never is ketchup, man. Ketchup tastes better than mustard. Mustard tastes like
always did.
Do we
shit.
have to do ketchup?
Mustard's awesome, dude.
All right, good
Yeah.
job. I'll give you-
Hey, man! Now he's got like
Congratulations.
now he's got anime cheeks.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wait,
how did you
I mean-
blackwash ketchup? Like, what
Oh.
happened?
That's
The
the
back
one.
side of his mustard actually has butt.
Oh,
Put a butt on his
yeah.
mustard.
Oh, to one of your
Yeah, I
people
can
that
go
came to
that
watch
round.
you, Surgeon, you're Giratina. Oh, that's a real. I don't know if you played the Pokemon TCG, but that was a very, very good deck for a while there. But I know my Pokemon. I always was chasing Pikachu, and I always had Pikachu next to me. No, all right. But Gray, how was your week, man?
Better than yours. Significantly less fisting. So that's always good.
Hell yeah! All right,
It's a talking
Diesel,
butt.
how was
It's a
your week,
talk-
man?
Oh, my week was fantastic, dude. I've had things are cool, man. Things are pretty cool. Talked to some people. Some people are awesome. We had if you guys want to see something funny, we did a live reading of a Star Trek Next Generation script, and it was
That
one of the
was so much
funniest
fun.
things ever. Shout
That
out
was
to
so much fun.
oh god, shout out to oh my god, I forgot his name.
Moxie Dame?
No, I know, well, her too, but like what's his name that I just met that was on there that did the freaking Geordie? Oh, the guy said I'd made
Right.
him an
Was that Tabo? or-
Sammy
Sammy.
3P.
Sammy.
Yeah, man, Sammy is like, I told him, I was like, he's so funny. I was like, you're an idiot, but like what I meant in a good way. Like my brothers are like the fun kind of idiots. My brothers are all idiots. And like, I was like, man, you be an honorary idiot brother, man. And it's cool.
MSK, you're an
Hey,
idiot.
I'll shotgun a beer with you
Whoa.
anytime.
And
Anytime.
now he was
Oh my
like, he was like, he somehow used Jordy to go through every like black person his voice that he could do. And like when he got to Morgan Freeman, I lost my shit, dude. He was just he broke me, man. He was just like, now Commander Riker, he just started on the thing, and I'm just like, oh my god, because I'm looking at Darnell up there, and Darnell's cracking up, and he's looking at me, and we both kept looking at each other, man. It was fun. That was cool. It's a good week, man.
Well, I mean,
Oh, and I
the
want to
year's
check
almost
out your
over.
Transformers review, man. I told you it was good. Told you
Yeah.
it was good, man.
You know, my wife said she'd check it out, but she's currently banging another man. So,
Makes sense. I mean,
Man, you got to keep
Considering her
track.
options.
You got to keep tabs on that couch and that pillow, man. Is it just running around the neighborhood and shit?
Don't let her use the white couch. That's mine. No.
oh god, good lord, man.
Calls Gibbs.
I guess I'm not going down this road anymore. Life is good, but it can be better. Geez, what was I say? Oh, or as people always say, I'm too stern. I like being stern. I'm not like I'm a focused person. So this year's almost over. So I'll ask you guys this: what are you going to be doing next year? Not like a resolution, but something in your mind you kind of want to do better next
Is
year.
there a reason you're not introducing Theo?
I did.
No, I got introduced, Tiny. Remember, I used part of my time to sexually harass you. Remember?
No, it wasn't you talking about you. You were talking about me.
I was.
Oh my god! No, he said you needed vitamin
That
D.
was his introduction.
At his intro.
Yeah.
He said you
Yeah.
needed vitamin D, and I said, "Hey, you can get the no,
Yeah.
no more jokes." Okay,
I've
keeps
been,
running into them.
We
Stop
don't
it.
do jokes around here. We're
All right,
serious
what are you guys
about
gonna
it.
do next year? 2025 is almost here. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna work on my time more efficiently. I know I've did it few years ago and I really got it down, but I'm gonna make sure my timing is a lot more dedicated to things I'm passionate about. Well, sorry, I'm already passionate, but more passionate about getting stuff done in timely fashion. So what do you guys got planned? Content? You guys want to come, be cloud chasers off of me, come live in my mansion? Yeah. Ladies first, I guess.
Are we going around the
Yeah,
circle
sure.
like we did last time, or what?
Maybe.
So like, you're basically asking what would our New Year's resolutions be? Just
No. I'll say just have like a goal, not like a whole year resolution, just a small goal.
Kind of a New Year's resolution.
Why are you on her side? Good Lord, what? You're supposed to be on my side.
What are you doing for the new year? I mean, come on. It's kind of right up that alley.
Nobody ever called you stern. That's not true.
Yeah.
I've been called
Who calls you stern? I call you a lot of different things, but not stern.
Yeah, she called me a porch monkey one time. She went
Did
insane
not
on me.
ever happen.
You called yourself that,
dude. I heard something around the lines of moon, and then there was another word, cricket, somewhere. But that shit was way off course. But that shit was brutal.
Yeah, she sends me like.
Don't look that up. Don't look it up.
She sends me like raccoon gifts on Twitter, and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Tiny,
Tiny, how dare you?
That's rude. That's not. It's very insensitive. It's current year. That kind of behavior is unacceptable.
Story.
Yeah.
So, in the Corps of Cadets, if freshmen want to leave for the weekend, they have to get permission, and they have to like write out why they're leaving. It's like full military etiquette shit. And this one fish in another outfit, but was in the same dorm building as me, goes to his upperclassman, hands in the paper. Like 5 minutes later, you hear screaming, and like all of the officers of the unit have been called into the CO's room, and they're all talking, and then they pull his fish in, and he's like, he's looking around, he's like super nervous. Why are all the officers here? Why are all the seniors here? And they're like, tell us again why you want to go home this week. He goes, we're going to the annual coon hunt. And he was just like they're all freaking out. And this kid cannot understand why everyone's so upset. And I happened to be walking by, and someone they pulled me in, and I'm like, what's the problem? And they just explained the problem. And I looked at the kid and go, do you mean raccoons? And he looked at me like, of course, what else could it possibly have meant? Like, he literally didn't even know the slur that he was like, it was hilarious. Like,
that's what they call it down here, man. It's a coon hunt, dude. Why? See, actually, you know one thing about the South,
that's
man.
how
If you can
sensitive
get,
people are.
I think that's less of a word in there and take some letters off of that word so you can say it. We're gonna do it here in the South, man. We talk slow enough as it is, man. We're trying to cram as much, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I mean, the current generation brings things down to abbreviations like LOL means laugh out loud or whatever. I mean, you bring it down to literally like one letter each that represents a full-on word, and like you bring down a word down to coon out of raccoon.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's not even that far of a leap. Like, come on. But
okay,
nowadays it's racist.
Texas A&M. So every once in a while, we do end up with an actual racist or an actual anti-Semite or an actual whatever.
No, I don't think there are any, man.
One in 100,000,
something like that.
You know what pisses me off about that?
We have got help. There are in the Corps. There are multiple non-integrated units, which means they're all male. And at least two of them, basically, they want to be the old South Dixie crackers.
Yeah, but like,
and they're known for giving other people a hard time.
That's the thing.
The supply of racism doesn't equal the demand that all these idiots want, man. We don't have that. I'm just like, I've been looking all over the place for white supremacists, and I live in Alabama, and I can't find them anywhere. I can't even find it when the Klansmen have been gone since like the 70s or something, man. They're gone. Everybody. There are none. People like looking around, like thinking that's okay,
dude. Once I started,
still has a relatively large amount, but that's the only place I've found in the whole country that does.
Once I started all this YouTube,
the FBI building's got more of them than anything.
Yeah. Once I started all this YouTube stuff, it's like most of my friends that I have that are online. I mean, I got some big name friends or whatever, but most of the people that actually have me on this stream, I'm literally the DEI hire all the goddamn time. I'm the designated white guy every single time, other than apparently now on MSK stream. This is my second time on here, but I was surprised. I was like, I came on here and there was 4 other white dudes. I was like, am I in the right place? Because I almost felt lost, but I mean, whatever, things happen. But it's crazy now where society has gone to where they take every small transgression into the most extreme thing. It's like there's that one person who is shitty, who might have been raised in a shitty environment, and they blow it out of proportion to such an extreme degree that they are like, look, we found one. We have to blow him up into the media. We found one. We found the racist. And it's like,
Who
more
cares?
likely if you just talk to
sometimes
him
it's
for
not
like
even-
5 minutes, he'd be like, actually, it's all good. Or like, let him go play basketball with the
man,
black kids for 5 minutes and he'll be good. Like, who gives a shit? Like,
A
he
lot of
doesn't
times
care.
also it's
He was
just ignorance. They're not actually being hateful. They're
Exactly.
literally just ignorant. I mean, I went with my buddies to a when I was a
Yeah, that is true,
we
Michael.
had a fish trip and we had to go. Well, we didn't have to, but they chose to for us to go to my buddy Nutsi's family ranch out near Uvalde. I've only been living in Texas for 3 weeks at this point. And I'm like, how far is where we're going? They're like, well, it's West Texas. I'm like, okay, New York City girl. What does that mean? They're like, oh, it's a day trip. In New York, a day trip is someplace where you go and come back in a day, not when it takes an entire day to get there. So like 4.5 hours in, I'm calling up my buddies because I volunteered to be one of the drivers. I'm like, where are we going?
Why the hell would you want to drive in New York? That just sounds like an awful thing.
Well, I didn't drive in the city much, but I drove.
Okay.
Don't most
in-
people just walk to all their locations
but
there
I
in New
drove
York?
all over.
Yeah,
the
or
place.
take the train or the subway and whatever.
so-
You want to
Subway-
take those train?
The subway used to be perfectly safe. I took the
Apparently, it's
subway-
got better over the last few
When?
years. Who would have thought?
What
No,
year
I could
did
take the
this
subway
happen?
when I was 13 and not be worried
I
about
can't.
anything. And I could take the subway like 4 a.m. and not be worried about almost anything. It's
Now you
just been
probably would
destroyed in the
never
last
do that.
10 years completely by idiots.
They said there were
Democrat
like gang
mayors.
rapes happening in subways. Like, what kind of subways are these? You sound like literally hell.
So you're
They've
down?
gotten much.
It's
much-
either like every rave ever or like the worst parts of Harlem. I have no idea. Like,
Yeah.
I can't decide what it is, but
When
Well,
people say
neither
it's
can
not
it.
that bad, it's like, what are you talking about?
And
It
most
sounds
of those
awful.
lines are almost 100 years old at this point.
Oof.
Yeah, we were one of the first cities with huge mass underground transit, except that means it was all half of it was built before World War II.
I hate life, guys.
But so we finally, after realizing that my buddies were fucking with me about how long it takes to, to get to where we were going, we get to this very tiny town, which like the closest gas station is like 22 miles away. We're in this tiny town. We go to a liquor store to buy some stuff for the weekend, and I'm wearing my Moguin David. And the guy at the counter goes, "That's a pretty star." I said, "Oh, my Moguin David," and that's a Star of David in English. And he kind of looked at me funny, and he just smiled. And then I walked to the back, and I could tell he was on the phone, but I wasn't thinking anything about it. We go to step out of the store. The entire town is outside. Like there's like 200 or 300 people, all outside, like on stoops and in the street. Like I'm just like, what the? And I found out they had come to see the Jew. This tiny town in the middle of nowhere, Texas, has never had a Jew, so they came to see. Like they weren't mean about it. Oh, no one was like, "Where's her forked tail?" or "Where's her horns?" or anything like that. It was just like, huh. Like it was so funny to me. Not like I didn't take it as an anti-Semitic anything. Talk it as
So they were
people who
better
just had
behaved than
never
MSK
met
then.
something, so it was new. I miss that, Gray. What?
I mean, I went on a cruise ship to Roatan, Honduras, which is like an island off of Honduras. And I felt the same way just because they thought I owned one of the nice spots out there. They were just like, "Oh, we'll take you wherever you want to go," and I was just like, "I have like $30 on me, so I have no idea what they were thinking." But don't get me wrong, I got to wherever I wanted to go real fast. So I mean, there are some benefits to that.
Bro, yeah, I gotta go to one of these countries where they assume white guys are rich, man. I gotta go to like the Dominican Republic or something.
Dude,
Just-
Oh my God.
There's a random
It's
cruise
like-
I went on. One of the
You
spots.
can go
is
hang out in
African
Haiti.
Island, which is
It's
like the
like-
biggest island. And this was a good like almost 10, 12 years ago ish. And like, dude, there was one gas station on the island, one gas station, 2 pumps, and on each side of it was like an armored dude, like straight up decked to the nines and like all the bulletproof gear you can guess. And like he just had an assault rifle on him, and
Nice.
it was $7 to $8 a gallon. It was like around
Dang.
$7.50 or so. And that was the only gas station on the island. And these people were driving like those old beat up looking, they were crappy looking vehicles. And like as you're driving around the island, there'd be places where people are selling chickens out of their windows of their houses, like to make money. But then you got to like this one little like 10% of the island that was really nice. It has like one of the nicest underwater sea diving things that you can go, like one of the best coral reefs. Is like one of the top 7 coral reefs in the world. And I was just like, what the hell is going on here? Because then once we leave there, then you go back to the island and you're like, holy shit. And I remember driving past a place that looked like a broke down like insane asylum. And as we're driving by, the guy like proudly proclaims, he's like, oh, my daughter goes to that school. And I was like, what? And they were like, oh yeah. Then when we went to go eat, they were like, oh, here's a iguana. And I was like, I've never eaten iguana. I'm down to try anything. I've tried iguana, crocodile, whatever.
Dude,
like I've tried alligator.
Right now, I know what
I'm down.
is, bro.
Dude, I've never tried it before. And they were like, oh, this is a delicacy here. And I was like, okay, whatever.
And
it was not that great. It was not that good.
It's bad shit, right?
It was terrible. There's too many bones, too many little bones.
That's what I'm saying. I can't take one of these shawties from Haiti back to my crib. I have a cat. I can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't.
I got a cat. I like my cat.
Can't
She'll
trust
probably jump up here eventually.
Can't trust them.
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying
about like countries that just assume if you're white, you're rich or whatever.
Yeah.
My cousin Anthony, he's kind of like my little brother. My mom and I helped raise him, and actually, there's some pictures of MSK when he's younger. Looks almost exactly like my cousin. And he was traveling in Morocco. He was out of college. He was hanging out. He was traveling in Morocco with a friend of his. But he's walking a little bit behind him. And this local comes up and starts speaking Arabic to him. And he says, I don't speak Arabic. And the kid tried a little bit of French. And he said, no, American. He goes, oh, okay. And he starts speaking English. And he says, hey, you want to help me roll this dude right, like this mark right in front of us? And he was talking about Anthony's friend. and Anthony was like, nah, I'm with him. And the guy kind of looked and went, oh, and just disappears into the crowd.
You were in a drive-by?
Like literally, like he just walked up to a random person who happened to have dark skin and asked him if he wanted to mug the white guy in front of him.
And you guys wonder why I don't like black people. Are you guys actually question my line of thinking? Oh
no, man, that was other countryers.
Well, also, we went to the Dominican Republic.
I'm laughing because it trips out because I know the story completely happened. I know it did.
Yeah, it definitely happened. When we were, I think he was like 10, so I was 17 or 18. We went to the Dominican Republic to a surf camp, and my mom, as she always does, made friends with the maids.
Your mom could make friends with anybody, I think.
She taught me from a young age, especially when you're traveling. You make friends with the host, with the concierge, with the staff, all the people that tend to get ignored. You make friends with them because A, they're people and deserve to be respected, and B, your life becomes easy. You lose your key card, something else happens, there's a problem. You're the one who gets helped.
See, your mom.
You're friends with the people who actually do the work.
Real quick side note right here. That's one of a million reasons why your mom is freaking awesome. Shout out Tiny's mom. If you hear this, you're awesome, man.
Ima.
Yes.
Diesel has just given you a shout out that you're awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. I love Tiny's mom too. She's awesome.
Most welcome.
But so my mom wanted Anthony, who grew up in the South Bronx in a not good neighborhood, like at least once a year, someone he knows is shot. But she wanted him to understand how privileged he was to be an American. So he needed to take Spanish anyway. So half the day, like in the morning we do surf camp, and in the afternoon, he went home with her to spend hours with her family. And she was one of the better well-off people in her area. She actually had a cement floor. No one else did. Oof. And there were these giant, what looked like kind of dog houses. And and Anthony said, do you guys like raise huge dogs? I said, no. Those are for the Haitians. What we would consider a giant dog house is what they would consider an actual apartment or home or whatever for the Haitian migrants.
Cool. So you're saying I could bring a girl back here and she'd sleep in a doghouse? That's kind of hot. I'll be honest with you.
What I'm saying is,
I'm into that.
it took a young Black man from the South Bronx to understand the rest of the world isn't like us. The rest of the world,
Right.
middle class, means something very, very different. And there are plenty of very good, decent people living life like that. And to act like what we have is so hard and so oppressive is not only just stupid and wrong, it's insulting to every single one of those people who's making a decent living and living their life as best they can on so much less. And I'm sorry, I do not know how that started into an actual like stand on a soapbox and give a rant thing, but
Isn't that
No.
always when you talk?
I'm
That shit goes like for like 3-hour paragraphs.
bro, I gotta get my passport, man. This sounds
I mistraveled.
like a place I
Listen,
could.
You know what's crazy? All of us are in California. Me, her, Cyfax is. You guys are in the most expensive cities, but our town's getting to be like that too.
I'm at the edge of California, or at the edge of LA. To be fair, I'm in Chatsworth, but
Oh my god,
I'm not too far.
How expensive is rent out there for like a 1-bedroom apartment?
All right, so I probably shouldn't be saying this, but technically, I rent out like a warehouse that we've split into a bunch of rooms, and it's
Makes sense.
technically it's industrial area, so it's only about $650.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, you're not wrong. I've read
is
it.
so
I've read
like-
into that.
And
A
it's
lot of
like
people are doing
16,
that.
1800 square feet. We have like a studio, we got a gym, we got a pool set,
Oh,
we
dude,
got
that's great.
we got a
Yeah.
woodworking room, we got 3 bedrooms. Like a lot of us know how to do like construction work, so we built like a bathroom and everything.
That's
It's
what
odd-
makes
it's
guys
oddly
yeah,
very
yeah.
accessible. and
shared
yeah.
eating, shared common, and
Yeah,
shared.
so there's
but-
3
but-
between the 3 of us. Technically, our rent would have been about $1,600. Still, is cheaper than like a 2-bedroom. The only
Yeah.
thing we don't have is like a yard and whatever. But it's like,
Who needs a yard?
who gives a shit? It's
Yeah,
like
Well,
man,
I
you
have
can
to
just
say-
that's just
I,
less
li-
than
I live
maintain- you can
in
look at a picture
California.
of
I
it.
live for my rent is cheap as shit. Like
Yeah.
comparatively to
Yeah.
other places.
I mean, we had a rent control in New York City that'd been in the family for 40 years, and it was more than that.
That's crazy. Because when like people don't understand for guys, you guys are like, we need a bathroom. Go make a bathroom. That's what makes guys do stuff. Drive, determination, get it done. No one's gonna sit around and
we
make
got
you
a bathroom,
Make it yourself.
shower, water
Yeah.
heater. We got it all. Like a place to cook.
Nice.
We got. I mean, we bought a stove. Like we got a grill. Like I said, and we even have
got,
other
like, hot
amenities.
ladies
Like
that
I
are
said,
over
I
there?
literally got a. Well, we used to throw big ass parties when
You never invited
like,
me. Parties.
I didn't
hot
know. I didn't know you
ladies, sign
5-10 years ago, but like
me
when
up.
the original idea of the place was to have bands that would come through to the LA area to have a safe place to park all their stuff to where they knew they wouldn't get ripped off.
Nice.
And so we would sell them the idea of the hey, you can come here, we got a place for you to stay, and you can also practice because we have a bunch of gear set up. So we still have like all our music set up. Like we have all these giant speakers. Now there's just around the gym set. So if you want to unnecessarily work out to ridiculously loud music, we got you. But back then it was for people to be able to play and have a safe place to put their, their RV, like their vans, their RVs, their trailers. And it worked out really well for a couple of years. And then, the pandemic and all that shit happened, and that kind of
Did the
drowned
parties
out
rival freak offs?
Oh, we literally had like police helicopters called on us a few times. Like it was crazy. But yeah.
There's something like orgies in there or something. Like, what the
No.
hell?
It was just
Police called
because
them
we literally we take all our extra speakers and connect them all together. It didn't matter
Oh,
what the hell they
no.
were. And it would just rattle like concrete. Like our concrete in the building is rattling. And
Yeah,
it's
that'll
like
call the cops.
it's not supposed to do that.
No.
And
I would
Wait,
and
imagine.
then you
not-
also have like 100 people there, and it would just like it would get crazy and loud as shit. And people are like, "Is there an earthquake happening?" And it was like, "No, we're just letting it ride," And all of a sudden, back when you're in your early 20s and people are, let's just say, doing a lot of fun extracurricular activities, just a little bit of whatever, whatever you want to call that. There's a lot of shit that goes on with that happens, and then it gets out of hand real quick. And then there's people who like they hear cops and they go to their cars and they like drive off stupid shit, and it was a whole mess, man. So we had to shut that down. But we've kept it since then because it's super convenient and it's cheap. So I mean, that's literally where this room is now. It's just like an extra room in our little spot.
See, Walter has a
here.
point.
I just
It ain't
set
a
some
real-
shit up.
It ain't a real party if you don't have thousands of bottles of baby oil.
Hey, speaking of which, we had like
No baby oil.
we had a baby oil wrestling party when I was in college.
Huh?
Yeah, man, we got a
Nice.
it was a we had a kiddie pool, and then we had a bunch of women. that would
Baby
come in
oil and
there
kiddie pool is not a good sentence.
No, we just stuck the kiddie pool. Well, it was slippery, man, and like it was
No,
just like
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
Jello wrestling. I've never done baby oil wrestling. That's
yeah, it was
Wait.
slippery, man, and like that stuff
Wait.
is like, I mean, it takes you gotta, man. Once you wipe that off with towels, you might as well just take that towel and throw it away. It's done.
Yup.
Wait, can we
Yeah.
circle back to Tiny doing Jello wrestling? I want to hear more.
Yeah, I
about
want to
that.
know about that too.
Well,
Yeah.
Can we follow up? Clicking
Well, actually,
on
it
that.
was really funny because at the time I was an actual wrestler. I wrestled in high school and I wrestled in college on men's teams. And there was one particular frat that I just happened to be friends with most of the guys in it before I realized they were all in the same frat. And so I became like a mascot for the frat. Like anytime they had a party, I'd be doing the different things to help them raise money and do stuff. And
What
one
kind
year
of things?
they were raising money for a good cause and they wanted to do Jello wrestling.
Does your
I
dick
was
ever
supposed to
turn
just-
off?
I was supposed to just like referee because I didn't want to hurt anybody because all the girls doing it didn't actually know how to wrestle.
Mm.
But it ended up odd numbers. Someone dropped out, so I had to make up the numbers. It was a lot of fun, actually. Just be careful you don't hurt anybody.
I propose you do that with Selena. You just guys hot oil wrestle next time we're in Vegas. Now I doubt you'd win because your body doesn't function properly, but it would just be for my own eyes, personally. You know.
I
don't think
got
Selena's
technique,
gonna be down with that in iron either. Or maybe
Yeah,
iron would.
I was gonna say, I don't see
Hmm.
Selena saying yes to that, and she's definitely not going to say yes to Jello because it would ruin her hair.
Why not
And
do it with
she's
Gal
got
then?
amazing hair.
Green-haired anti-liberal would do it, probably.
Gal
Yeah.
would probably do it.
Oh, that
Gal
sounds
would kick
great.
my ass.
God damn. Yeah, we gotta get someone on your strength level. Who's on your
Well, I
strength
mean,
level?
Selena probably actually could be equal to me because she doesn't have any experience, any actual training. So
Hmm.
my weakened state and her not having training, we'd probably uneven field. But Gal's a fucking Marine.
Let's be honest here.
I'm not living through
Honestly, we could just throw all of you into the Jello and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
That's what
Let's-
I'm. You know, I I don't want to limit your creativity. You know, I'm a
let's
feminist.
be honest.
I support
You
women.
guys figure
and
it
I
out.
want-
You spend the money and you get someone else to agree. We'll do it in
You
Vegas.
guys are worth like, how are we gonna sell tickets to that? How much? How are you charged? Will we give you all the money? I imagine. How much are you worth? Like 20
If
bucks.
you set it all, if you set it all up, I'll just take 25%.
25%. All right. You guys are funding this. I'm broken black.
I was like, you guys
Well,
actually set it up so it can be legally done. Like we're not gonna get in trouble with anybody, and you pay whatever it takes to set it up, and you find another girl who will do it. I will do it.
You
Wait, I
must,
gotta pay for.
Excellent.
I gotta pay for this. I'm out.
you must a tiny. You must wear.
And I did that for
appropriate-
free back in college. I'm not paying. Man.
Tiny. You must wear appropriate clothing. Okay, nothing skimpy. Okay, I'll make sure to tell Selena and Gal that too. I don't trust you.
No, wait a second. Appropriate clothing would be
A bikini.
exactly
tell
right.
us
Like
Thank
real
you.
skimpy. Yeah. See, you
Yeah,
caught that too. I think you meant
Right.
inappropriate.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
right.
don't
We
be
can't
wearing
limit their
inappropriate
creativity.
like
Yeah, I
normal
agree with you.
stuff. Don't be wearing the inappropriate stuff to a Jello. I mean, a oil wrestling competition. Man, you got to.
No, I will not
Don't
do
worry.
oil. That will fucking take forever to get off my skin. No way.
I could help. Again, I support women.
I could just watch. All right. Well, we've turned ultra degenerate. You clutch.
Hey man,
I'm
man,
normal.
some of them
I'm
chicks
good.
they couldn't even wrestle, man. Like they put me in a headlock. I had to stand up with them hanging on my throat.
God, man. There was a girl that I think she choked me out one time because I was fucking with her. Oh my God, man. I think, it's because I called her a fat bitch and she slapped me and then she choked me. What did
I'll
I do?
take things that never happened for 200, Alex.
You'd be surprised.
I did actually choke someone out who pissed me off.
Yeah, I believe it.
That was at a wrestling tournament.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that now because you lost
Yes, I
half your
could.
strength. Your hands are like tiny.
It takes like 8 pounds of pressure or less to freaking.
The guy would overpower you. You're like 110 pounds.
MSK, you gonna mess up here
105.8.
because if she wanted to, she'd come up out of whatever she was sitting on, be in a wheelchair or whatever, and probably take you, me, and 3 or 4 other people down before we
Not
even
even, dude, there's no way. We would
No,
be
I
holding
might have been able
ourselves
to do
back.
something sort of like that 20 years ago, but I could take one person out without
Okay,
a problem.
one person,
I will pay
all
for
right,
it. My system will not let me get through that without a lot of pain and other shit. So I
For
could.
a
I would
MSK
pay
stream,
for
this
it, but I could
honestly
do
has
it.
been wholesome. You see, I try to have wholesome conversation here.
That's why
you
if
know,
I ever throw any
I
shade,
thought I'd bring a lot of wholesometivity to this, you know, and just
Whenever
to
th-
disregard
whenever throw any
MSK's
shade-
racism, you know,
you know,
with
if
just
you're
my
gonna
pure
discard that
whiteness with my
if you're
shitty
gonna-
camera angle.
if you're gonna discard that bikini, make sure give it to Theo, ship it to him so he could smell it for a video.
Thank you. I appreciate that, MSK. Thank you for thinking of me.
See,
Yeah, the
That's
auction
important.
starts
I'm
at
in the season of
$500,
giving.
but you know you can
Rose
buy
before
in.
hose.
Buy in now.
I'm in the
Get
season
on
of
it.
giving. It's the time of giving and
Okay,
receiving.
you're all guys, so I'm going to ask this to you.
How
What
old do
is
you
it with
think we
that?
are? Jesus.
Like, I've had people talk to me about, oh no, you can like make a lot of money
You don't sell
selling
your
and
underwear.
sending panties to people. I don't understand. Why would someone want someone else's panties? I don't get it.
There's literally places in Japan that sell them through like vending machines.
Vending machines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but MSK
Which
buys
is
them.
Use
insane.
panties
All right,
in the
I
vending
can,
machine.
can I answer this
Yeah.
question because I have
Sure.
I know
gonna-
exactly why. Because men are fucking disgusting, degenerate creatures. Okay, we are,
Maybe
and
not that.
we are. Don't shut up, MSK. You talk more. Dude, given the chance, you would be like, I'm telling you, you'd have AIDS and monkeypox given the chance, dude. And probably a bunch
Half
of
his
other
stories
stuff
were
You
that,
jerk
like,
out for
don't
the
get-
condom that has it on
We're-
it. Yeah, come
Look,
on.
if you
Like,
boil it down, the least common denominator, it was
I've only
some
met him
dirty,
twice. No.
degenerate, filthy-minded creatures, dude, and that's all there is to it. Not that like I'm gonna go buy some like somebody's nasty panties, but like I'm telling you, I don't speak for everybody. I'm telling you, there'd be thousands of people lining. Japan knows what's up. They're just like, yeah, men disgusting. Put them nasty panties in a vending machine and make some money on it, man.
What's crazy?
Some
What's
guy sent me
crazy
his
to me?
underwear, I would not smell it. I would not think anything sexy about it.
I'd
Like,
smell it probably just
Right.
because. It's just
I will
Guys
say
do
this.
that all the time. They check their balls all the time. You know, no one
Yeah,
wants to
yeah.
hear that, but you know, guess what? We do it all the fucking time.
Like,
Just
I'll
be
say-
like, do
like
I
a
need to shower
reflex
right
is-
now? Immediately, yes.
a
Yeah,
reflex
especially
from
before anything
scratching.
happens.
Yeah, man. If you
Immediately,
scratching your
of
ass,
course.
you're gonna smell your finger just because.
You're just like, oh god, like it's been 3 days, but I showered a day ago. You're like,
dude, like
fuck.
it comes to it with guys sometimes.
I
where,
did
like,
not wash good
I
at
think
all.
guys are amazing and they're smart, but then certain guys will be like, well, why do you shave your pubes? Because okay, if you put pants on and there's no air that comes there, it starts to smell. It's pretty simple logic, right? I mean, if we're gonna buy Tiny's underwear it's because we want to smell what you're I'm not going that far, but does it smell good? It would be a way for me to smell it.
Right
and
when you
taste it
said
in
that and
theory.
censored yourself, Theo's cat jumped right on the couch exactly when you said that, as if to like go ahead and put the word there. Way to go, cat.
So, like, yeah, I mean, I
They're
wouldn't be
going to give
opposed
like
to
a
it.
50-cent option above her panties.
Somebody
she's
wants to
selling.
smell
Just be
you,
like,
and then
you
the
want
cat was like,
MSK's opinion on it? 50 cents more. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
There
it'd be a
you
way for me to,
go.
like, it will be a way for me to like smell it and fantasize about it without
You
actually
could just
being there.
monetize it, dude. It's
Hy-
fine.
Hypothetically, I would never do that because I'm a high value man with no need for doing that.
Clearly.
What are you on? Holy fuck!
man, you'd sell out your non-existent dad if you could.
I'm dad. What the hell? You're already gone. Left for Marlboro cigarettes. 40s.
No, them was
MSK would
Newports.
be Oliver Webb, West Hollywood.
Society knows what's up.
MSK calls it quality control. Wait, Gray's in here. He can speak to us. Gray, why are you trolling me?
You know why?
Guys. Good. But yeah,
At least MSK knows where he stands,
I'm
kneeling
just saying,
in front of the fucking
it's-
panty
okay,
dispenser.
to
But
be
you
fair,
know,
with
that's where
Tiny,
he stands.
It's Black Friday. You can do a 30% off deal for us guys, like you use code Hanukkah for 30% off at checkout.
No,
These are
I'm not
giving.
sending my panties to anybody.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
and
you
in
suck.
all seriousness, though. Okay, let's just let's take all the jokingness and the ridiculous off the table.
I wasn't
Do
joking.
any of you?
That's the
do-
crazy
no,
part.
okay, fine.
Clip Tiny
Do any-
saying, "No, I'm not sending my panties to any of you."
That's fine.
Just-
I'm not even going there.
show
With this.
is
I'm
this?
Tiny, check your DMs.
let's throw all that off the table. That's not even where I'm going with this.
What kind of show is this?
What I'm curious about, do any of you in your own personal life at all know anybody, I mean, maybe they wouldn't admit to it, that actually pays for any of this crap? Like, okay, sure, we got we got 4 white guys and a half a white guy in the corner that
Yeah, the only
That,
one I know
uh,
is MSK.
yeah,
What
that
did
would
you-
actually pay for this, or like that even cross your mind for a
Okay.
second? Because when
Okay.
this shit comes
Yeah.
across my timeline, or when people are like, "This is a
Oh,
thing," and
I
I'm
know
like,
some people.
who
That, I know
the
some
hell
people
are doing
around
this?
Here, man.
It blows
Okay.
my mind that this is even a thing.
Okay.
I get it
I
that
know.
the internet is wide and rapid
Just like my
and
wife's pussy,
insane.
yeah.
No. Yeah, I was.
yeah,
Listen,
and
I
we've
was.
all been in it. It's fine, but it's
Wait, does OnlyFans count in that too?
No. Well, listen.
sort of, yes. Yeah. Who the fuck pays for OnlyFans? You
Well, I
didn't
know some
realize you
guys
could
who
just
do.
type in their name and then do OF leaked, and then you just do that in the Google search. Ta-da!
Yeah,
you get
so
all
that's
this
easy.
shit.
fucked up.
Yeah,
I would never do
sometimes
that
you
'cause
can't
I
find it
respect
though.
women.
Sometimes you can't
Oh,
find
you
that
can
specific
absolutely
thing,
find it.
man. No, not the
100%.
specific. If you're one's,
Oh, that one video where you're like,
No,
that
man,
one's
I-
gonna
I
do it
only
for me.
search
sometimes
out
you can't get the
Amaranth.
That's how
sometimes
down
you can't
bad.
get the- yeah, man.
Gooners.
That's how down
Yeah.
bad you are.
Gooners.
Like, if you're that down
If you're-
bad about that
yeah.
shit, you're on a different level, man. I'm sorry. You're like, I need
Hey
that
man,
one
I just
video
want to
and
see
only that
Amaranth's
one.
threesomes.
Nah,
What's
get the
wrong with
fuck
that?
out
Dude,
of
do
here.
you
I'm
have
not
any
serious stuff.
idea how many down bad people there are? Like you were talking about, does anybody
Well, that's
know
crazy
anything?
to
And I
me.
was
That's
just
insane
thinking,
to me. I'll just
I know
go
it
hit
is,
a
man,
fucking
because
bar.
I
but
know
whatever.
because you like you have this thing called standards and and self-esteem. Look, dude, you were talking about
Yeah,
does anybody
people
know
who aren't
anybody
willing
that
to
would
show
do
their
this?
face
As
on the
soon as
internet?
you said that, I started thinking about these. I started thinking about these.
You're like, I know
degenerates
like
used to
10
hang
people
out
I
with.
know immediately.
These degenerates I used to smoke weed with them. Yeah, they probably would. Yeah.
Like I knew someone that wanted to get pegged, but I don't know why
Oh,
would they want to
God.
admit to that. Like the thing is, there are certain things
If they're already doing that, they're already halfway there, man.
You see,
Or
you
at
just gotta
least
do what
like
Vinny
you know
said.
they're
You
they're
just have
tip
to
deep.
get your ass
you know?
scrambled.
Shit.
If you just get your ass scrambled, it's fine. You know.
Damn.
Listen, I used to know a girl who worked in the industry. We were
All right. Do you
we
have a
were
number?
yeah, no, wait, she's married now, which is
Ah,
crazy
fuck.
because like I know what kind of foul shit
Poor
she and
guy.
I used to do, and the fact that she married that fucking guy is
you record
so
it?
gross.
I was trying to
Even
see the
freaks
stroke.
need love.
He was like,
That's
I did the
between- that's
videos
between
in
me and my
closet
iPhone,
back
bro.
I'm
when
just
I
trying to
told
see your
I'm
stroke.
that guy. No.
I want to see your strokes. I want to see how
No.
good you are, so I can mimic them. Go on,
Listen,
man.
so listen, she used to sell panties. I got some for free, but she used to sell them, and I gotta tell you,
I'm sorry, just threw that in there. Okay, awesome, great.
the stuff that
Just
like
left in the card you're recording in.
No,
like,
listen.
Jesus Christ.
the stuff that guys would ask for is it's filthier than you think. Let's just
yeah.
say they want them battle worn and covered in
They want
every
skid
bodily
marks.
fluid you can think of.
Zaxy
Yes.
Theo knows what
There was
Yeah.
a movie that had like
Degenerates,
had a
man.
tiny little like side scene where it was like these 3 or 4 old biddies like in their 70s or 80s with a
Oh
big
no!
pile
Please,
of like
please,
Yeah.
please
panties
don't
that they're
tell
like
me this story.
spraying something on and putting it in an envelope and sending it out, picking up another new pair
Yeah.
of panties, spray something
Yeah.
on, sending it.
Now, to her credit, she was an honest businesswoman. She
Oh,
really
yeah,
fucked
I
up all the
bet.
panties she sent
Oh
out.
yeah.
She really fucked them up. Like she was honest about it. She
Okay.
loved her work though. That was the thing. She did it for the love
She
of the
got
game.
throw
I'm-
deep in all those deals.
She
I'm
got
sure
thrown
there
I
deep.
were.
actually knew someone like that. I knew an actor in info when I was in high school.
I think part of me is dying. I think part of me is dying inside right now with this entire conversation.
She was a sweet girl, honestly.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Oh,
She
yeah.
was
I
she
bet.
was a good one, bro.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what's funny? I actually know a guy who he was a little short of money. He was looking for a side hustle, and he considered
was.
selling. He considered it's a close friend of mine considered selling his boxers on Craigslist to down
Disgusting.
bad gay guys. That's true.
Gross.
That's true. You can make good money doing that. He got offered pretty good money.
I'm just saying right now,
so-
if Tiny ever
Yeah,
sold
think
that,
about
you better not piss and shit on those things. That's just gross if any girl does that. It's sick. You're just
No.
that's actually like I don't mind getting underwear that's like fresh and smells good from her vagina, but urine and shit, that's actually gross.
Theo,
That's
you're just seeing
You
just
get
how
pneumonia
natural
from
it
against
is.
that.
both of those
I
things.
love
what the fuck
watching
are you
Theo's
talking
You're literally
reaction
gonna get pneumonia for
because he's
doing
kind
that.
of new, and you see how when MSK, I see it. I can see the yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. I
mean,
saw when he did his.
is there a
he did-
point that some guy out there gets to a point where he's just like, oh, I can smell chlamydia in this because
Yeah,
he
I'm not
just
trying to
bought
get
so many of
pneumonia.
this?
Yeah,
Is he going to become a smell and sniff?
Here's the
like,
thing.
you know,
Hey man, look, you saw
like
that trend where those idiots
scratch
were
and sniff
licking
kind of dog or
doorknobs and
whatever?
toilet seats, right? The TikTok thing where those idiots
Jesus
were licking
Oh, gross.
doorknobs.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's
Listen,
no, it's beyond gross.
MSK, I hate to break it to you, but some of these hoes really are sending out.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. If you want to sniff her underwear because it smells like her vagina, that's okay. Even that's pretty degenerate. But why would you want urine and shit? You will get pneumonia. That is nasty.
You want the
actually
whole
gonna die.
experience, bro. You want the whole
It's
experience.
been there in
Sniffs.
like
You have cancer.
7 to 8 days on the travel
The other thing
time.
is,
Oh god,
I know girls who won't shit in their boyfriend's houses. They
Mouth.
won't go to the bathroom and shit in their boyfriend's house because they don't
In
want
their mouths.
to
Whoa,
ever
whoa, whoa,
smell her
hold
like
on.
that.
Hold
It's
on.
a house.
What did you
dumbass,
just hold on?
house.
What did you just say?
I
You
said
had a girl
house.
who
I
No,
thought
not
she
you.
was gonna say. I thought she was gonna say
not
mouth
her.
for a
You,
second. That was
you
my
said
bad.
you had a girl that shit in your mouth. What is
No.
wrong with you?
She paused before she said where they
absolutely
wouldn't
did not
shit.
say that. Oh,
and I
back
guess-
up.
No, not her.
That was-
you.
that
You
was
said a
me.
girl
He
shit in
thinks,
your mouth.
Theo, he thinks
No.
you said that you let a girl shit in your mouth.
No. I was guessing at what she was gonna say. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
I was trying to
yeah,
fill
I
in the
bet.
pause. That's what I was.
Nice
that's what I was doing.
What I'm
I-
saying is there are many women that like want to act like they don't actually have bodily functions and they never smell bad or anything.
Good.
The idea that
Good.
there
I
are
That's the way God
respect that.
intended it.
who
I
act like
respect-
that, and then
Yeah, I
now
respect
you're
the
telling me
hustle.
there are guys that actually want the gross parts. That's so weird.
I mean, straight up when I was like 14 and it was my first one of my first real girlfriends. It's like the first time she farted in front of me, she was like so embarrassed because I had no idea about this at the time, but she was like Mormon, and you know the Mormon people are very secretive. Like she called her mom out of embarrassment. It was like, I just farted in front of my boyfriend. I had no idea that was I don't know if that's a thing in the Mormon community, but she did that. I mean, everything was fine after that, but I was like, that was fucking weird. Like, I was like, I don't give a shit, but whatever. But
Yeah,
she
I
made
don't
it
know
a
where
big
it comes
deal.
from.
Never
but
heard
there
of it
are
before.
a
But I was
lot of
14, so who
Gen
gives
X
a shit?
women who don't think that they're supposed to have any bodily fluids until their significant other is like a serious boyfriend or like you move in
Yeah.
together.
You really do.
And that's just crazy. I ain't fucking holding him for fucking 6 hours to
You
like,
would
get home.
fart in front of my face? You're disgusting. I hate you.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, speaking of degenerate body fluids,
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
I was
topic
good.
got
What
now?
was the transition there, MSK?
oh no,
You rang?
there was this girl. Man, she wanted me to put my
Is it a
nose.
topic
on her
about
butthole or
Lizzo? What's
something.
going on?
Wait, she wanted to what?
Have you ever had a girl that wanted you to sniff her ass? Have you
Oh,
guys
that's
ever not did that?
But no.
Not
What
sniff.
do you mean? No, I swear it's happened. The girl wanted me to put my nose on her butthole and just sniff that shit.
That's gross.
Was this on the internet or was this in?
I don't know.
Let's just say hypothetically that's on the internet. No, fuck. What? Not recording this. I know a lot of degenerate women. Let's just say that I had a life of debauchery back in my younger
What are
days.
their ads?
The longer I'm on the show and the more MSK's stories we get,
Are you doing
I'm starting to
quotations
feel like
behind
I'm
that
the more
camera?
person on the
Yeah,
planet.
I could hear them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn on your camera, you coward.
You know
Oh
what's
my God.
what's crazy about the panties discussion is yeah, I used to have quite a collection from my degenerate days. And I've since parted ways with it. If you ask a girl, she'll just leave them at your house. Like it's not that hard to get them if you could actually
Right?
talk to women.
Yeah.
It's kind of a flex.
Girls
You
are
know,
I'm
they're-
not
they're
gonna
proud
lie.
of it.
Even I find that weird. The only time I would have them over, they accidentally left them because I would be like,
No,
at the
no,
end
I
of
wanted the
whatever happened, I'd
trophies.
be like, hey,
I
you get
want-
whatever.
Nah,
No,
bro.
dude,
I wanted the
Trophies are my
trophies.
memories, man. I got a
was
good
bad
memory, dude. It's
man,
all
bro. That's when I was young. I don't do that stuff anymore. I'm a Christian now. I don't do
Yeah,
that stuff
after
anymore.
the debauchery.
I'm sure you
yeah.
feel like one.
That's post. I'm redeemed. Thank you.
Dude, I
don't do
grew
that
up in
stuff
Hollywood
anymore.
playing music at like all the big shows. I might have you
Groupies,
beat.
those so valued. No, but
Yeah.
okay, you're banging this chick out the next morning. Why don't you take your clothes and leave? What is the purpose of leaving them there? What am I gonna do with them? Do I eat them? I don't know. Do I put them in my
You
mouth?
personally, probably.
That's a different story for another day.
I want to put them. I want to put them in a
think
big
it's like
pile and
this-
swim in them
this
like Scrooge
thing.
McDuck. That's my. That's what I'm thinking of.
Based.
Oh God, yeah. You know, I'm not into women anymore. I just want to be by myself.
Anymore?
anymore.
Wow,
So
that's
that
a strong
implies
statement there.
I'm into women.
Now we got a
obviously.
bunch
I'm
of dudes
taking-
on your stream.
No, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break
From women.
That is
Yeah.
peak red
Yeah,
pill. So red pill, you become gay. That's peak.
No. I'm not getting my ass scrambled like Diddy. No.
So
No.
this
You're gonna do
brief
this scrambling.
multi-decade break from
What is
women.
it called? The B4 movement, where you take a
4B.
you
It's
know
4B.
4B.
4B. So you
Yeah,
so
where
you
you shave
abstain.
your head and you stop
Yeah,
shaving your
you're
pits.
you're
and you try to be
abstaining
as
from men.
unattractive as
Like,
possible.
I mean, that lines up. That seems right.
Yo, listen, I was at the gym the other day and I saw a
Mhm.
girl and I was like, bro, elite female body type. This girl can lift. She got lower
Yeah.
body. I love to see this. And then she reached up to do pull-ups. She had a whole bush under her armpit. Now, listen, I don't mind some stubble, but that armpit hair felt political. That was man repellent. That was a statement. She wanted me to know who she voted for.
Yeah.
No good.
I don't really understand it. You're mad about how someone voted, so you're gonna make yourself ugly.
Yeah, none of the shit mattered. Even obviously, the biggest thing where it started was obviously when Trump came around,
Yeah.
and not only when Trump came around, but when he actually won. That was the problem. Trump actually won. If he didn't win, this would probably would have went back to normal and
Mhm.
or whatever. But you know, who knows how the political landscape would be
No.
nowadays.
I think it would have emboldened them.
Well, it
It's
would have built them,
possible.
sure, but I don't think it would have been as egregious as it is because now it's like MAGA versus the leftist
Yeah.
instead of like, hey, my guy didn't win, your guy didn't win. It used to just be my guy didn't win, your guy you didn't win. That's all it used to be, and for the most part, I felt most people didn't care. You didn't have the signs out. All this, there was a few people who went a little overboard. They were very more all about
Aggressive.
it. It's fine. Yeah. And it's fine. You know, it's like, yeah, go for that. And like Trump being a businessman was like, shit, I know here's a way to make some extra money for my campaign. Let's sell shirts. Let's sell this. Let's sell this. Let's do da 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 da. And it all built up. And now the other side was like, shit, we got to do that too. And then it blew up into what it blew up into. And now it's like my side versus your side instead of like,
Well, I
okay.
think it always was, but social media and instant information.
It was, but not as many people cared. Like it wasn't that big of
Yeah,
a deal.
I
'Cause,
got a
like,
perfect.
I remember growing up with was like during the summer, gas prices went up, and during the winter, heat prices went up. You know, like your electricity went up because you had to heat your shit. And that was kind of your biggest concern over the years. And then, you know, there'd be like an influx of 10 to 20%, or not 10 to 20, but 10 to 20 cents on gas this way and or that way, blah, 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 depending on how people are vacationing. And that was kind of fucking it. And then all of a sudden, boom, they just like this last 4 years, and sure, a lot of people are going to blame it on the pandemic shit. But like, if you look at where Trump was only there for 9 months during that, and if they want to blame him on that, okay, but they didn't get rid of anything he did after that 9 months, and they didn't do it for the next 4 fucking years, or they took 2.5 years to do
Well,
anything.
no, day one,
So it's
Biden. Day one, Biden overwrote and or rewrote every single executive order.
Oh,
that
he
has
did
ever
like
been-
it was like 19 of them. He was like he took all the things that made it look like Trump was doing good, axed them, and then rewrote them. Basically the same thing,
Which is
and it
one
was
of the
like, this is
reasons
my
why
bill,
there are so
and
many
it's so
people with
stupid.
diabetes dying because Trump had gotten the insulin down to a legitimate price, and then Biden got rid of every single executive order without reading any of them, just
Hold on.
X them all. And then it took another 2 years before he said, I got insulin prices down. A, he got them down. It's still more expensive than what Trump had gotten. And B, that 2 years actually caused a lot of fucking death.
Yeah, it was
Hold on.
ridiculous.
Hold on. I want to touch base on Walter left a good comment. MSK, if you could pull that up, where he's like, it's right at the bottom there, where he's like, the internet.
real?
I was looking at hot girls
Yeah.
on Facebook Reels. Sorry.
No, we're saying the internet crazy people aren't real, and it's like I think they're definitely. I do think that the whole society needs to touch grass a little bit. However, I will say, being in the streets and
I
doing
am an
stand-up
AI,
comedy.
and he
No.
just created me, and I'm invited.
Well, I will say this: doing stand-up comedy and just going out and just meeting a lot of people and traveling a lot. I do 90% of the people I interact with are totally cool, but I do meet some of the internet crazies who have hysterical meltdowns and act like Twitter is real life. Like, they are real people. I don't think they're the majority by any means, but there are some people that are hysterical and unhinged and will scream at you in real life. Like, they do exist.
You got 100 people at your show, and 5 of them are just fucking batshit insane or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one thing.
Hopefully, you get more than that at your shows, but you know, whatever. I'll have to check your stuff out, by the way.
You're fine. So the only thing I'll say is it's all out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. It's all based on perception, because your life itself is like anecdotal given how many people you're going to meet in your life. So keep in mind, when people say like liberals are stupid and crazy, or Democrats are, keep in mind, you don't know every Democrat. You'll never meet every Democrat or liberal. Now, there are ones you'll meet that are like sane. Probably won't be happening anymore anytime soon, but people understand what I'm saying. Like, you don't meet every single person of that specific type on a daily basis enough to maybe grasp it. And keep in mind, there's people that will see them every day. So, it's all based off your perception and how many people you interact with. I don't choose to interact with most people, honestly, because you guys are all clout chasers and pieces of shit. But, it just turns out to be what it is. If I met
Dude,
one
you hit
Jewish
me
person-
up. I have 80 subscribers. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. Think of like, if I met one good Jewish person, I met a bad one. Well, the bad one's experience will probably affect me more than the good one. And then I would say, all Jew people are bad, but it's like, not all Jew people are bad. It's just that one experience you had was bad. Or
actually, your brain recognizes negatives 3 times more than it recognizes the positives.
But I support Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire, so I love Jewish people, honestly. So I'm good.
The majority of Daily Wire are Christians.
That's true.
I feel like the majority of people who are in the age group of being able to vote right now is like sane working Americans who are experiencing like a certain deficit that they didn't before. Like, I can remember specifically during like the Trump term, I was making significantly less money at the time, and my money went, like, I can literally just look at my bank account. So numbers do not lie, right? Numbers don't lie for the most part. My money went 3 times as far than it does now. And I make twice to 2.5, maybe even 3 times more than I did at that time. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't go out as much. I can't do this as much. I can't do this as much, blah, blah, blah. There's all these things that are not accessible to me as much because everything else went up so much. And it was just this certain amount of year difference that really screwed over what I had going on. Don't get me wrong, I still do whatever the hell I want. No, it's all good for the most part. But it's not as, like, say I go to Vegas or something. Well, I don't get as much money to gamble. Sure, that's me throwing away money, whatever. It's little things like that. But that takes away from my fun of this. It takes away from this. It takes away from that. It takes away from blah, blah, blah. It takes away from all these little things. And the more and more it does that, it constricts you to, oh, well, I don't want to go out during my normal time of the year or my normal time of the week. And
hi, Ruth.
You start not wanting to do all these things. And all of a sudden you're like, well, shit, I don't have as much money as I did 3 years or,
thank you.
4
Love
years
you.
ago.
Kabuto, my brother. How you doing, my comic man? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good day, dude. There is one thing I will share for all you cat lovers out there. See, this is why I like cats better than dogs, because they'll always be superior. Look at this.
I'll bring my cat.
Look at this cute thing. Why should have a cat? Finally got its own room. Look at that.
Oh, that's adorable.
That
That
is
is
kind of
a-
adorable.
That
MSK.
is
That
adorable,
cat actually
man.
has its TV mounted. Jealous much?
Wow. And everyone that said black cats are bad luck when I was growing up, black cats are the best. They're like the most calmest cats ever. I don't really do anything.
Actually, it's really interesting.
That's a lot of pussy.
If we go to shelters and stuff, the cats that get chosen the least are normally black cats. That's why I chose Katsumi.
I summoned my cat. She
How old is she?
shows up.
You name
about
her
3
Sheep
years
from
old.
Zelda.
Oh, so
Her
she's
name
a
is
tiny cat.
her name is Calypso.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh my god.
well, I gotta bring my cat in there. He likes older women. Come here. Come here. Say hi.
That thing always
You-
moving.
You look
Good
so
Lord.
happy.
I
when you
kind
pick
of
him
want
up
to
on-
build a shelf
can't
right
get
in the
mine 'cause she's
background here,
up
so
there
she can
too.
just kind of hang out because she kind of comes up in my business all the time, anyways.
Good lord.
So
Ooh,
You hate cats?
rare L
Oh,
take from
God.
Toasty in the chat.
That's
Ooh,
always
damn! I've really been enjoying
Up
following
there.
her on Twitter. That's an L take.
That's you hate cats?
Hatred for cats, no good.
man.
Red
Good
flag.
lord.
so
That's a
Red
red
flag.
I grew up with cats and dogs all my life. Like I've always had both of them, whatever. And I told you guys about my situation earlier where I'm technically in like a warehouse or whatever. So I
Mhm.
have no yard to let a dog out. And I
Yeah.
thought it would be cruel to have a dog. So a warehouse cat that technically would be able to get rid of rats because when you're in a warehouse, I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
no holds barred. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of there's random shit. Like sometimes
Wow.
literally my cat caught a bat one night and it was just
Nice.
like it just flew in under the
Oh, one of those
That
those
little
like
cat
nighttime
or
no,
bat?
yeah.
like a real bat,
Wow.
just like
Oh, I thought you
'cause
meant one of those, like,
there's
nighttime
there's a
bats that
roll
just,
up there's a
yeah.
roll up door in the front of our place here, and we'd roll it up to where our wood shop is. And like at night, we leave it open if we want to cool it down. And a bat flew in, and my cat was like, "Whoop!" Caught that shit, and we saved it. But
Wow.
but I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
things like that happen.
My cat
but,
before this one,
I love my
Shay,
cat, but yeah.
she was a mouser, and we actually, well, we ended up with a mouse, and then suddenly we had 10 little tiny mice. And so at the time my mom was working, and I dealing with the mice was a problem, and so
Yeah.
a good friend of the family let us borrow their cat that is a really good mouser, and we had him for like 2 weeks. He got rid of all the mice,
Check this out.
but it was like I suddenly felt so much better having another living creature in the house. So we tried to foster, and the first cat we got, she was amazing. She had a name, she answered to her name, she purred really loud, she loved to talk, she was a great cat. And we called up after 2 months to see if we could continue fostering her or we could adopt her. I found out that the woman who gave us the cat, like, 'cause she showed up at our door with like this thick folder and the cat and a couple other things. And it turns out she had been stealing money from another charity to go into the cat fund charity, and she couldn't come pick the cat up because she was in jail.
Good lord.
Your
What is
cat
We actually
stole
got
money
listed-
from the hamster
Dude.
charity. What is happening? Like,
Check this-
I think I missed this spot.
Check this video out, MSK,
Well, no, just
that I
the-
was sharing on my
so funny
screen.
that our cat, we got her temporarily to help with a mouse problem, and then we got to keep her because the person who gave it to us was into prison.
Just one thing. The only cat I like is connected to me. Yeah, I would love to taste it sometime very soon. You know, dogs will put you out of a burning building. A cat will turn on the stove to burn the building.
You right
That's
about
not
that?
true.
No,
There
they,
are cats that have actually helped out at like rescue scenes and stuff and become adopted by firefighters instead of a
Dude.
dog.
what? Check this video out, MSK.
What's
This is hilarious. Check it out. The dog is the only one who knows that's a fucking bobcat.
I saw this video.
No, that's a bobcat kitten. That's even more of an issue because where's mom?
Oh
The
no!
dog just looks freaked out.
That is not just a cat.
That's not a cat. That thing's gonna be a giant fucking animal.
Well, no, bobcats don't get that big.
dog is just like, the dog is freaked out.
Yeah,
The
the
dog,
dog
is
knows
going
that there's
like,
too many teeth for the age that
Uh,
cat seems
I-
to be.
I worked for FedEx for about like 5 years for a while there, and like one of these deliveries I went on, like as soon as I came back, like I looked back and it looked like a little house cat from the distance, and all of a sudden it jumped up like a pillar's worth, like a full on like really nice gate. It was like 8-9 feet, and it just landed on the top of the pillar, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it it registered, and I was like, that was a fucking bobcat, and it was right next to me while I was delivering this package there.
Dude,
It was crazy. I was like, what the hell is
How
that?
big
Yeah,
is your
I've also
cat?
had it. I've had
Right,
another.
you know.
I've had a random like interaction with an emu too. If you know what an emu is, it's like an ostrich, but
yeah.
Yeah.
they're even crazier. So I'm walking
Yeah.
down this long ass fucking driveway, and I'm walking, and I feel like there's something looking over my shoulder, and I
They're
was like,
basically
there was.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was like that. It looked like a horse pen right there, like where horses run around, whatever. And I'm like, oh, there's no horses there, whatever. None of them are out. But I'm walking down this driveway, but I feel like something's watching me, and I look over to my like right over my left shoulder, and I'm just like, dude, it's like that. You ever seen that Kevin Hart sketch or that Kevin Hart joke where he's like the ostrich is just running, looking at you? And is like, that's what it felt like, because once I caught eye contact with it, it just kept its head towards me as I'm
You are
walking,
dangerous.
and it was just looking at me, and I'm just like, it walked to the end of the pen, but I was like, I didn't know, I had no idea what the hell I was looking at. I was like, that's not an ostrich, and it took me a second to comprehend what the hell was happening. And I was like, oh no, this person has a fucking
That's
emu
true.
in their yard. It surprised the shit out of me.
Literally, they are what is left of the dinosaurs, and they are insanely dangerous that people
We
don't
have
realize.
We have
There was actually a
bobcat.
war.
That thing was
look
looking
up
at me
the
crazy.
Great Australian Emu War. The Aussies lost
Yeah,
to the emu.
that's what Shad. That's why they give Shad nothing but
Yep.
crap all the
I mess
time.
with Shad a lot about that, but I knew about
Yeah.
that.
Dude, we have bobcats all over the place here. We used to have a black panther that regularly came in the yard at our other house. Like one night my dad shot like a rabbit that was in his garden because he was just, I don't know, he's fed up with the stupid rabbits and stuff eating the stuff. So he shot it, and like my older brother comes home, and like he thought it was our dog because we had a black dog, and he looked over. He went up. He was going to go over to pet it, but he looked over there, and the dog was cowering, and it was like a black panther. I saw it a few times too, man. It used to come up in the yard, big, and they say that they're not around here, and yeah, they are.
All you have to do
They're
is scare
almost
it.
definitely jaguars.
All
Yeah,
you have to do
seen-
was just
seen
put on a
bears,
KKK
too, around
outfit.
here, man.
If you put on a KKK outfit and you scare it, that's the easiest way. No.
I mean, I came up dressed in that in this show, and you're still here, so I don't know what the fuck happened with that.
Oh God, man! Remember the episode of South Park where for Halloween Carmen was coming to school just as Hitler, and
As
the
a ghost,
the
yeah.
principal put him as a KKK member. Oh shit,
Dude,
Well-
that's funny because we used to have, when I used to play Quake 2, they used to have all these models, man, that you could substitute in and play like and set up a bunch of bots to do multiplayer. And we had the Hitler Cartman as one of them that used to come around and try to kill you.
Hi Warren. Oh, shout out to Tosi for the share. Thank you. I know a lot of ladies want to be with me, and all guys want to be me. That's just how I got it. It's cool.
Untrue.
Clearly.
Yeah, can't you see it is jealousy in my
We'll say
eyes?
The
Bro,
kids
we got-
nowadays can
The
make up some
completely
lingo.
dead tone as he said.
Bro, we
that.
got to get more girls on these panels, man. This is
I
not.
have okay.
You
I
keep
have a
having
girl-
these panels that got a train ratio. We got to get some like. Gotta
I'll
get
say
some
it. I had
gender equality up in here.
another.
I don't know if the
back
new
in the day.
women on here want a train ratio on them, but all right.
I don't
Not
think our
good.
only girl. I don't think our only girl can handle that. Her body would explode. If we're being honest here. Oh, forgot. I had a girl supposed to come on, but she messed up her time zone, so she's gonna be on Monday. So I know how to
Right,
get.
she
girls.
goes
Just
to a
easy.
different school.
Did she
That-
find these? Did she find these to your picture or something?
Okay,
or
I'm
what
not.
happened?
I'm not Dr. Disrespect. Okay,
Try telling her I was going to be there. That might help.
I'm not Dr. Disrespect. I don't prefer the minors. I like the older women. I'm good. Okay. Good
I
luck.
agree.
No,
Older the better. Older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
older
To-
women.
That's what I'm saying.
Toasty wants to be invited on.
She's a
apparently.
woman.
I have no idea. She
Grand
just
Press
said
style.
it in chat. I read the
She'll be-
chat.
She'll be fine. Don't worry.
Acknowledge
I'll
the
have
chat,
her on.
man. It's a big plus.
She'll be on eventually. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. It's just, you know, I can talk to girls and easily raise them. It's just what I do. It's just a knack you get over time, you know?
Untrue.
Thank you, Greg.
So I haven't seen Miss 1776 on for a while.
That's because she's
I
a
haven't
stupid
seen
bitch.
Selena on for a while. Are there any other females that meet that come
I
on
haven't
regularly anymore?
76 is trash. Fucking worthless person.
I'm not talking
Fuck her.
about her as a
Whoa.
person. I'm talking about her as a
Whoa.
female.
What happened?
Oh, no.
What happened?
Besides me, are there any females that are coming on regularly at this point?
You wanted to be the token female. I gave you what you
I didn't
wanted.
want to be. I don't mind being, but I didn't want to be.
Swag, do you want me to get on my knees? That's perfectly fine too. You know, but let's not go too crazy. Here.
Yo,
Hey, yo.
Toasty. Don't give him fantasy shit.
Older women are better. Some like younger women, I'll say this, they just kind of lay there like fishes when you're having sex with them. Older women are a little bit more active sometimes, but you know, they come with so much baggage and they already hit a wall. It's like you gotta pick your poisons here sometimes.
Got a little more to prove, but yeah.
You want to think back that wall statement?
No. Yes. Oh, good Lord. 76. No, I would never have that bitch on.
Actually.
Selena works this time. Remember, Selena can't.
I know she's working. I understand that, but that's my point. You don't have anyone else in the back.
God. Oh, what other? This other girl. I'll make her a frequent member. There you go. I'll try if I can get her on my lane.
If she can put up with you.
What other girl is
So
there?
you're saying it's never going to happen then?
I don't. You think it's like. I try to have these conversations with guys because guys understand me and get me the best. You know, they always give me 110%. Like girls, sometimes you got to sit around and talk about your gay feelings and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
No, we got it. You like it when the men give it to you.
Okay. All right. So that sounds kind of gay.
Oh my God.
Out of context.
So great.
Out of context.
I wish I could see
MSK prefers guys giving him 110%.
MSK prefers men. You heard it here first.
Not true. It's only on Tuesday, but it's Wednesday, so I'm good. So, all right. But
I mean, after Taco Tuesday, nobody wants any of that, dude. Come on.
That's okay.
Totally different and totally priceless.
No,
God,
Toasty's having a tough time in the chat. Toasty, you can go on my show. It's all right.
I'm glad Tiny was looking at me because, like, I know what my face did. I had to look and check to see what my face did.
No, wait a minute.
Guys understand me, and I'm just like,
we have Anna's Game Land. She was on like, when was she on? She was on my birthday show before I nuked it because that show was dog shit.
You were supposed to have her on the same night that I was on.
I did. Yeah, she got the flu.
Like,
she got really sick Monday. That's what she was gonna be on, but she got really sick.
Was it because I was on? I understand. It's fine.
It's generally MSK. he has that effect on women.
Oh, wait a minute. It's hard to make women consistent panel members over the years because women will be like, I'll be like, hey, this is our level of humor. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. And then, like, you bring them on a few times.
wait, how were they like again?
I've only met you. I've only been on twice, and like, I have no idea why women would consistently avoid you. I have no idea. Like,
Yeah, total mystery.
It's
a conundrum, sir. I just can't figure it out.
She did victimize me. I didn't want to buy her underwear. I was just hypothetically saying why I would do it if I was a degenerate. Hypothetically. So
yes. And then asking for the link consistently, sure.
We're not
trying to get
road.
promo code like what was it, freaking Hanukkah or something?
Hanukkah 30% off.
I give you credit. That was pretty funny. Man.
It's like MSK 30% off. Like, is that not a tell? Come on.
Lord, man. One time Tiny said we were in the bar, she was like, I can't see you in here. I think she was like, it was dark.
No,
like,
she meant you had to be, okay.
You're not that fucking dark. The joke doesn't even work.
Good Lord. I thought she's supposed to be like Batgirl. I'm supposed to be like Batman, but she's just like freaking good Lord, man. You're like Oracle.
I am Oracle.
You misheard her. She said black man.
Oh God.
It was way different.
Yeah, she's like Batwoman. Just kind of there, kind of
in the bar was you're being a pussy. because you were too
Whoa,
scared to talk to
true.
the bartender who gave you a full opening. And we're
That's
back
okay.
to-
That's okay.
Like I said, I only met you twice.
That's
and there's-
okay.
How'd they believe that statement?
MSK, if
never-
I've been there, I would not have dogged you out like that. I would have had your
Right.
back. We would have opened up with that bartender. I would have made it happen for you, buddy. I got your back.
I've
Always.
never failed that hard ever with a woman. It's never happening again. I'm never
Right.
choking again.
No,
I
I
am not-
believe you.
I'm
Dude,
not
I'm
LeBron
You
sure
just
James.
yourself,
you need a good wingman, man. If I'm ever around you, I'll hook you up. Dude.
I don't even need a wingman. I
You know,
just
if
choke
I-
like
if-
LeBron
if I
James
ever
in
get to-
finals. Never happening
If I
again.
get to meet
Ever.
you in
Yeah,
person, as
see,
soon-
I'd have rolled over there, started talking to her, and then started talking about you because that's what a good wingman does.
How am I gonna?
Yeah,
This
but-
dude
Hold on,
dropped
hold on. I want to hear what
$500
Zach
in
has to
tips.
say. I want to hear
what
Yeah.
a good wingman would do is like as soon as I'm done with his wife, I would show him how to treat a real woman. You know, that's what would happen.
That's the best clip ever. Someone, okay, do you remember how it was announced that Zack Snyder's universe wasn't going to continue at Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Someone under one of the posts posted that and said, "Cry harder, bitch." That's the funniest shit. Almost threw up in tears, man. It was too funny. I'm not autistic. What the hell?
Well,
Probably neurodivergent, but not autistic.
What he means is it will never happen again due to his retirement from women. See, there you go. There you go. That's that. I was like, no, the guy dropped $500 in
Chat's
tips.
paying attention.
I had an opening, but it was just I was probably way too tired that night to get laid. She said she was single. I'd have ate her
Sure.
ass.
Sure,
I would have
you
ate her
were
ass
tired.
for like a good
Mhm.
hour if she wanted
How
to.
would she have had a chance to tell you she was single when you said, "Hi, how are you?" and she said, "Fine," and you walked away?
Actually, she walked away from me. She stopped paying attention to me. She just turned around
She's
and just,
bartending. She gets, but Jesus Christ.
You were like 2 hours away from your testosterone hit or something.
Pretty
What
much.
is happening?
Oh, I just needed my hormone therapy just right then and there, man. Good Lord, dude. It's okay. I'll never ever lose it with a girl again. I'm reformed.
Nope.
I have
No.
a feeling we're gonna hear the same story next week if I get invited back. But okay.
I've never failed with a woman that hard, and it's never happening again. Everything happens once. Everyone deserves a second chance. It's fine. Second chances are a thing. Maybe unless you're a cheater, then no. And that's kind of debatable.
So wait, are you saying that was the one chance that you gave women and it didn't quite work out, but you're going to give them a second chance?
I'm not gonna lie,
Alright, man.
James was,
As if
my
it's the
friend was,
woman's fault.
my friend James was drunk, and he said you got to loosen up. I'm not getting drunk to talk to women. It's not that
Okay.
important.
I think James seems to be a really nice person. I don't know him that well, but I've now met him a couple times. But dude gets smashed and early.
Let's say the couple times you met him were the same night.
That first
That's
time,
true.
yeah. He introduced himself to me 4 times that first night in Vegas.
It's really
4.
drunk, man. Good God. I mean, the best time is going. It's meeting everyone, and then everyone knows me. They always put their hand on my shoulder. Hey, Top G, you're a Riz Master. I know you from YouTube. Your videos are so good and edited and quality. And I'm like, yes, sir. Thank you.
This must have happened earlier than when I
I'll
got
take
there.
things that didn't happen for 500, Alex.
This definitely happened. I would never lie, obviously. No, you had like 30 guys around you in the bar, and I came over and I went, she's my girl, back off, and all the guys left. That happened for sure.
No, it didn't.
No, I
Dude,
believe you walked the room.
That sounds like the video you had me film before you fucking
Actually-
got me on here. What the fuck is happening?
Everyone who I knew, not had met in person, because I didn't met anyone in person, but everyone that I knew was really, really like sweet. Like anytime that a guy that I didn't know was like getting very close or kind of quirky me, like Iron would be there in a minute, or Vagabond didn't make it.
Strider there?
Strider would do something like almost immediately. Like, there were like 5 or 6 people that anytime I was like alone or someone like a guy had like his arm around me or anything, they were immediately there. Are you okay? Is everything cool? It was amazing. I felt so fucking
No,
sick.
outside of Iron and Strider, the guys were around you like fucking sharks with blood in the water. Did you not notice that?
No.
MSK, you just describing
I
yourself.
did not get that much attention, dude.
MSK is projecting.
Okay,
That's
That's
just-
not literally something I
Wait,
saw.
The second night when I did my rogue cosplay, that I believe. But that first night,
Based.
Yo,
The only reason people were sitting around me was by the wheelchair, and B, when I got up to go to the restroom, and Ryan screams, "You're faking!"
Yeah, he legitimately thought she was faking being in a wheelchair. I'm like, well, technically no, technically not. I don't know how to answer that.
can we go back to the Rogue cosplay? Were there
That one,
Rogue the
photos of
American Dream.
I think
It's
I
an
have.
indie that came out last year,
Oh,
and I got to
Not X-Men Rogue.
no, not X-Men Rogue. No,
oh,
I was
the
helping
indie comic
for the
guy.
Kickstarter for Comic-Con. I did a costume of the main character, and then I decided to bring it back at the F&T meetup just for fun. But it includes a very long red.
She gave
Someone walked
Ryan Cannell
over
a
and
better
put
hug than me.
sticker on me, and I looked down, and the sticker said Amaranth.
She gave a better hug to Ryan Cannell than me. He got fucking head on his boob. I got nothing. I got a shoulder hold. What the hell?
Nobody's head was ever on my boobs.
Your head was on his.
Are you open to that?
You mean
or-
you mean like when I leaned
that-
on his shoulder like this?
Yes. I
I'm
didn't
pretty
do
sure
anything.
nobody else thought that was me hitting on him or vice versa.
Good lord. Oh yeah, it's this one. Man, I have to go scroll on far for this picture. Holy shit. I don't really scroll down this shit. This is back when you were looking good. You looked decent that night. Good lord. Who's that good looking guy right
That
there?
was
He's
my
pretty
road
hot.
costume. Yep.
He's pretty hot. Who's that black guy you're with? He seems like a pretty fun guy. Good lord.
But you didn't get a shot of the heels, which Jesse will never let me live down.
Was it the guy shaped like Gumby? Was that you?
Mhm. Damn.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Good lord. I lost me. He lost me. Someone tagged me in something. What's this? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so big. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I mean, just to be fair, if you guys see me at the next ones, because I've been to the last ones the last 3 years. If you see me out there, you wanna say hi. Of course, obviously, I'll say hi to anybody or whatever. It
At
doesn't
the
matter.
FNT
Especially if
meetup?
I've been on. I've been to the last 3 of them. The last 3 years, I've been to all of them. Well, the last 3 years.
Well,
But I don't want to say I'm like good friends with all those people, but I'm good friends with Chris Gore and stuff. I mentioned this the last time I was on. And because I'm friends with Chris Gore, he gets me into all the backstage shit and whatever. Before I started all my YouTube stuff, it kind of helped make me want to do any of this stuff because
Makes
it's like,
sense.
dude, you already know everybody. You're all like, there's a bunch of pictures. Like, I'm like the guy in the background. I'm here and there, whatever. There's a bunch of pictures. Like, I'm all over the place, whatever. I'm friends with a lot of these people. Shit, I have a lot of their phone numbers. It's whatever. But when I go out to these things,
How do you understand X-Ray Girl? She raps.
oh, she doesn't usually respond. Usually, if I like talk to Gary at Garrett
I'm sorry.
responds.
The way you said that is when most girls talk to me. They didn't respond. That's just how that goes generally. Holy shit.
No. Like if
No,
you
dude,
if
when
you
I
go to
was
talk
there-
to if you go to talk to Nerdrotic or whatever, it's
Yeah.
usually it's either Melissa, which is his wife, or it's
Yeah,
X-Ray
yeah.
girl.
No, because
It's
I talked to X-Ray Girl
they're
and I was
the
like,
main people who
you
respond.
sound like a Vietnamese. And I was like, huh, she raps pretty good. Her husband followed me on Twitter and I was like, you remember me? He was like, no. I was like, dude, I think we straight up. I went up to I went to her husband. I was like, you know, your wife is Asian, right? That's the first thing I said to that guy. He was like, yeah, sure. And we just left. That was it. It's our only conversation. He was like, nice to meet you. I was like, nice to meet you. That's how guys are, man. That's the best.
Yeah, so I met
don't know that
Gary and
guys are
them
like that.
down. Yeah, I met Gary and them down at the first time was like it was 2021 and it was before that meetup or whatever, and they were going to go to the San Diego Comic-Con and they weren't sure how they were going to get into it because they
Like,
didn't
their
have
house sold out
they didn't have actually they didn't have vaccine cards. They had their tickets, but they didn't have vaccine cards. And the girl that I was dating at the time, I'm not going to go into the details about it, but let's just say I was able to get them something that they wouldn't have been able to have that they could have got into. They happened to get sick before they even got there. But
Seriously?
they've always
Oh my
yes.
God, man.
Yes. So they appreciated that I reached out and did all that. And through that I met Chris and Chris Gore or whatever. He actually lives kind of close. And then from there, I went to like a couple of the meetups there with a movie group, and I became friends with Chris Gore. And through that, I've met all sorts of people. Like when if I'm around Chris Gore, he's just like, "Hey man, just come with me, And I'm like, okay, cool. And I appreciate it, but I never ask for it. Don't get me wrong, I don't ask for it at all. I'm just like, if I'm there and he sees me, he's just like, dude, come on, come with me. I'm like, okay, cool. So through that, I've kind of got to meet like a lot of these people that are in this space. And
None of them compare to me.
It's kind of nice.
None of them even come close to my level of
Well,
influence.
what I always appreciate is people who reach out randomly and are just like, hey, let's talk, whatever. And like, I have no idea how you reached me, or like, I'm assuming how you were talking about how I might have been a video next to maybe DA stream, and you were like, this guy's on DA stream. Let me talk to this guy. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm
like
assuming it's something
couch.
around that.
I go out and I find guys that have potential and I bring the most out of them. Out of context, I know that sounds gay.
Pause.
Just go with the idea.
God damn.
Man, people smoke crack and you shouldn't do that.
That's another guy I got to meet through that. It was
a black guy?
July. I met Eric July down in San Diego Comic-Con, who through Chris Gore, I got a free pass through, and like he made up a fake name and it was like, here's your pass. And we just passed it around. It was a whole thing.
There you go.
So yeah. I've done all sorts of stuff with a lot of these people, man. And it's funny because at the time when all this shit was going on, I had no channel. I have no following. I'm just a random dude who just kind of like showed up, but like Chris Gore liked to like party with me because I'm kind of like a party dude or whatever. Like I like to drink, I like to have fun. So anytime anything would come around that had like drinking involved with it, like he had he has a plethora of friends. Don't get me wrong, this guy knows everybody and anybody, but he'd be like, "Hey man, this has drinking in it. You want to come with?" Of course I do. Of fucking course I do. Let's go. And I would just meet all sorts of people all the time. And after all that, there was one meeting, or there was like a meetup that I got to meet DA, who you had a meetup with or whatever. And it had a Mexican Iron Man was there. I've actually met him before that.
I've had him on the show. Yeah,
Mexican Iron Man. He's great. Like I said,
we met because our names are Iron Man, and he said, "You're a black one," and I was like, "You're a taco one." We just kind of linked. I was like, "Okay, I get it."
There you go. But we met up at this bar in like Pasadena, and everybody was there, and like I remember I parked my car and I got out and I looked over and there was a guy walking up, and it happened to be DA, and he was rocking a Rippaverse t-shirt. And I was like, dude, you're in a Rippaverse? I'm like, you're probably here for the same thing. And if you even go into DA's like X like stream, or like his X, what's it called? The background, whatever. There's a picture of me, him, and Mexican Iron Man and Paulie. And we're all right there. So I'm like, I've known all these guys for a good minute. So I only just started all my YouTube journey about a month and a half ago, probably going about 2 months now. And so I'm lucky enough that anybody even like literally hits me up. Don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful. But it's like I have no idea where it's gonna go. But it was weird hanging out with all those people when you're the only one who doesn't do this shit. And you're like, oh yeah, dude, I build houses and shit. And they're like, what? And I'm like, why are you here? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm just going to drink with you. It's fine. It was different. But they were like, oh, you're cool. It's cool. It's whatever.
You've been to the Vegas ones. It's kind of infectious where everyone talks about content and like networks. It's fun. Yeah. It makes me kind of want to, Jeremy, Ryan, and Gary gave me advice about how to improve further, because they basically just reminded me of stuff that I did before, but then I basically got back to my level. So I was at like Super Saiyan 1, and now I'm like at Ultra Instinct level. I'm like literally on a new level past these people. I'm like on maybe Ultra Ego's better. I don't know. Yeah, one probably was a bit better. I don't think you at all.
You seem more Vegeta than Goku.
Yeah, like Bull and Bulma love the chat. I'm just saying, Bulma left Yamcha for a space pirate that was going to destroy the planet. Man, Yamcha's garbage, man.
An alien prince, not a space pirate. An alien prince.
Also, to be clear, Yamcha was a professional baseball player and one of the most powerful humans on the planet.
No
And she
kidding.
He
left
still
him?
got left. Still couldn't keep his chick. You
She-
can't keep these bitches happy.
She fucking
can't
left him
do it.
for a
Almost
serial
happy.
killer.
You can't do it.
Bulma seems very happy. Chi-Chi also seems very happy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because
Bulma
she
left
upgraded
Yamcha
to
for
a
a serial
psychopath.
killer, man.
That's what she
Imagine-
wanted.
Yeah,
She
that's
wanted
it.
a
Psychopath,
psychopathal, genocidal
yeah.
maniac.
Yeah.
That's what you
She-
guys want.
She
Yeah.
literally
No,
left
he
him
wanted
for a serial
strength.
killer. Good
He
lord.
just happens to come with a genocidal, crazy alien maniac.
Yeah, here's the thing. If she really wanted strength, she would have gone for Goku. But guess
That's
what?
gay.
Goku was too nice.
Goku was
And
always
nice
tricked by
equals
Chi-Chi.
gay.
She tricked him into saying he was gonna marry her when he was like 5.
Listen, women do not care if you have a partner. If they want you, they will get you. That's true. Women be mate poaching.
Good
Y'all be
lord,
doing
man.
that.
You
That's
ain't
true.
lying.
Word,
Theo
man.
speaking some
Wow.
truth up in this moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's
yeah.
exactly
I'm
right.
you
You
check the
say
shit.
I'm
Here's the thing.
sexy.
No,
Here's the thing.
Or
Here's the
like
thing.
you know when you get like a girlfriend, man, or you have one.
Yeah,
man,
they come
and
out
then,
the
like, and
woodwork.
they come out of the
Yeah.
woodwork like the freaking
Yes.
like rats on a
Yes,
ship coming up trying to get you, man.
that's
not
right.
Krillin.
That's
Hold on,
right.
hold on.
See, you know,
I'm not Krillin. I'm like Beerus around here. You guys are
No.
all ants
Uh-huh.
compared to me.
right.
Dude, you're like that. You're like that dog cop that shows up every once and then when they have a shot of people in the city.
Oh, well.
You know, it's like
I thought it was like
it's
God
like
of
the
Destruction
Japanese
level.
version of McGruff the crime
I'm
dog.
like
He's
someone
the,
where
he's the
Grand-
chief of
I'm-
police.
I'm like someone where Grand
Dude, I-
Zeno would invite me to a tournament because of my influence and power. I'm
I've,
on
I've,
that
I have
level.
a feeling you're like a friend of mine that we used to call the vulture, where he'd go around and he'd pick up the bones of dead relationships. He'd be just like, "Oh, I can swoop in on that shit."
Oh
The
god.
I don't know.
Vulture.
There's something
Jeez,
about
man.
that. Like,
No, dudes do be picking up for your leftovers. We be doing that. We'll be
dude, they
swooping
do
in.
that shit all the time.
Dude,
Okay,
I
that's
hope
so
you're not
only a
like
few
that.
times.
Like, come on.
There's only
Yeah,
a
you
few
ain't-
times.
That's a
and
pretty
always-
that's a pretty accurate description, right?
And it's like- and it's-
do we not all have friends like that who have done that shit? Where it's
Why are
like,
you
Well,
attacking me?
Either,
What do I
either
do?
that or you just happen to
What do I
or
do,
you
man?
happen to meet somebody that's on the rebound, but it's like, oh, complicated or some kind of man.
Bro,
trying to
you
get a
ever
nut
end up
off.
the rebound guy and not realize you're the rebound guy?
I don't
That
care as long as you're gonna
sucks.
get laid.
Oh man.
You're not gonna date that girl for any long term. You're just trying to blow a load inside of her and leave. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah,
know?
bro, I love these bitches.
Man, I
do.
have like no patience. If it was like if it was like, man, let me tell you something. After all that shit my ex-wife put me through, man, I ain't got no time for that. It's just like I get a hint
Yeah.
of something, and I'm just like, danger, Real
Yeah,
Robinson,
that's
man.
the
And I'm
thing.
just like, well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
out,
haven't
like,
been
out, gone.
I haven't even been married yet, so I'm ready to get hurt. I'm out here. I'm ready. I'm putting my shit on the line.
You're ready to have a bad
I'm ready to get emotionally destroyed. Let's do it.
Really?
No.
Say that, but when you're sitting in the city of Montgomery jail for something you didn't do, and you decide, even though no one is around, it'd be funny if you start singing "Swing Low" while you're in the jail.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. If she loves you enough to put you in jail,
Thinking that-
like imagine how much she loves you if she got that mad
You
at you.
getting a
You know
black
what I'm
room?
saying?
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and tried to ruin and keep me from my daughter and try to destroy my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't sound. I'll say this: girls are a distraction. You need to get money and get a job. That's for that. And then girls will come later when you have
Wasn't
money.
even
and you
hot.
have
I
some
sobered
status
up
to
and
yourself.
I don't know what she looked like.
I'm not saying you can't have women, but focus. Like, don't let thoughts get to you. Job, car, apartment, money in the bank. It's all that matters first. Girls will come when you have money and a job. Like, believe me, I'm a walking example of that. You know.
Right. Right.
Okay, fuck off. He's patronizing me, but it's all the thing. Like, I know people are gonna be like, "But I've seen girls date bums." Yeah, those girls are fucking trash. I'm not interested in trash. Like, I'm fine. If she wants to date a bum, let her, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I mean, I got laid when I lived on a train. They're not
I
as
hate you, man.
selective as you might think. That's he's gone.
I keep trying to like. All right, I'm gonna send you a picture in your DMs that I need you to put up because I can't seem to share my screen for the.
Okay,
My DMs are also open, Tiny, just so you know.
I
just
forbid
want
her.
to be clear about that.
I didn't tell her she could DM other people.
It's
give her
just
permission.
technically easier because I don't know if you have the ability to show it because I can't show any pictures or anything from my side of it.
You could. You just present. You just open it up in the
and it says in big orange letters, it won't work.
When you go to present,
yeah, I can definitely show it. It's
opening
okay.
it up in like Windows Picture Viewer or something.
Yeah, I don't need any slip ups.
Nope,
It's
it won't let me
okay.
do it.
Everything is fine. I'll definitely show it. Woo! Everything's good. Don't worry. MSK passed him on a girl because she was playing League. Yeah, okay, I was playing League. Fuck that bitch.
Oh God, seriously?
I was smashing these dudes.
Oh no!
I know it sounds gay. I was
smashing these dudes
in League. I was completely clapping them, and she was annoying me. I had to destroy this stuff.
Shit. That was me.
There's 2 tinies. Now there's one.
Destroying so many,
That was
you're
so
destroying
weird.
so many cheeks in League. How can you go out of your way into the real life and destroy real life cheeks? It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, and once you've had sex a few times, like I have, because I've had it 100 times with 100 women. It's not
Clearly,
yeah.
It sounds like you have.
Eating pizza fresh out of the oven tastes better than sex. Cinnamon Toast Crunch tastes better than sex, for being honest here.
You are so weird.
How weird.
All right,
is
sex
he?
addict.
How
All
can
right.
cinnamon toast doesn't taste that good?
More like cinnamon
Actually,
toast
cinnamon
diabetes,
toast
man. If
crunch
you put
does not taste that good.
cinnamon
That's
toast
straight up
crunch holds its
blasphemy.
consistency for 0.00001 seconds after the milk hits it.
I have.
Hell yeah.
You got to eat it fast.
That's
You got
roughly
to shove
true,
it in your mouth.
but
Just like
it
most
makes you
girls.
want to eat it that much faster, which
Mhm.
means you like it that much
Oh,
more.
I found it.
I mean,
Okay, you
come
got
on.
it. Oh, Tiny, you're
Sugar.
sending me pictures of
Bad
yourself.
news,
That
man.
sounds great.
Well, one of them is the rogue costume, and the
Yeah.
other one was to prove how
Ooh.
dark I used to be.
Oh, yeah, you used to be dark. Yeah. You used to be
Yo.
a black person. Hey, yo. Your tits are huge. What happened to them?
Jesus Christ, that's the only thing you're thinking about.
What else would I be thinking about?
And they're not
How's
that
it-
much bigger than they are now. They just have better muscle tone underneath.
I think you have to
Yeah,
prove them to me. I think you got to prove that to us.
You can look at the last picture, the other picture I sent you.
So when did you acquire the shoulder pads?
I think we're mentally
Playing for the
deranged.
Broncos last week.
Ah, God.
Those are warmer things, dude. Don't you know? Everybody does.
Yes.
More mac and
I'm
cheese.
just joking.
I go fresh. Don't no. Shut up. So Tiny uses dildo for. Oh, Tiny used to be blackface.
Mhm.
What?
Did you actually? Wow, MSK, you had a real NASQUAC moment there.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to think of that word because the NASQUAC. Thanks, Gray. You read my mind.
MSK, I think it's really brave that you still try to read on stream.
Yeah, without
That's
checking every
brave.
time. Yeah,
I
no
think that's
scanning.
No.
brave, man.
I-
I support it.
My internet dropped for a second and my screen was loading. So when I pulled it up, I thought it was a different comment. I promise. I wouldn't lie to
Sure.
you. What
Sure.
happened to them? I'm just, it's just an observation. You know, the medium-sized ones like she has are fine. It's okay.
I mean, how much does it cost to go from a chest to trap transition?
Okay,
Like, what is happening there?
we're not.
It's my
You're
fucking
Dr.
bad.
Eye
Every
or something.
time I use this, I get either shoulder pads or like I'm trying to be
So you
like
look like the
Power Ranger.
butler for Dracula? What is happening?
I think it was
God.
it was Darnell maybe. Somebody else was saying that no, I look like one of the characters from Mighty Morphin
Oh my
Power
God.
Rangers.
Tony,
Yeah, that
that'd
was-
be a
I
great
think that
name
was
for a
It'd be
Darnell.
more accurate
Thank
if I
you.
knew what that was.
Internet is
Yeah.
code for brain. I've lost my brain. I've literally been staring at a computer screen for like the last 12 years of my life. My brain is degenerated as hell. Actually, mentally can say it's fine. I can separate internet from real life. It's easy, but
Oh,
you know,
exceptionally easy.
yeah, it's not even that hard. Like people don't understand on the internet, people don't perceive situations from real life the same. Like and vice versa, it's that way too. I don't know how to tell people this. You know, like all those crazy girls everyone sees. I'm glad I don't have them around me. I'm glad I can only view them through the internet. I wouldn't want that around me.
Yeah.
Remember that titty
It's-
one you posted about a few days ago? Those girls were just going like braless to protest Trump. Why
Well,
would
yeah,
I want
no, it was
idiots
just-
like that
it-
around?
No,
me?
that was a Paris one.
No, they-
And then
They
and
almost
then
persuaded
people
me.
were like, "Why are the leftists in Paris so much hotter?" It's because their food is better. Like
Their
they're
food
all
actually,
they're-
Yeah. No, it's
They're-
much healthier.
There's so many people
I mean,
from
that's
America
definitely one
that
of the
go there,
reasons.
and they're like, "I lost like 10 pounds going there," and they ate.
Yeah, they don't have
in
Oreos.
their consideration, they
Doritos.
thought like they thought they ate shittier. Like they're like, oh, I'm eating pasta, I'm eating this, I'm eating all these carbs, but the food there is so much better. They're like, I actually lost 10 pounds. It's insane.
Mhm. Was like you go out every day or every other day and you buy a baguette. You don't get pre-sliced bread full of so many preservatives that it looks perfectly fine 2 weeks later. That's crazy.
I don't know where you getting your bread. My shit's green after a week. It's like trees are already growing out of it and stuff, man.
Sounds good.
Well, that means it doesn't have a lot of preservatives. It's probably healthier for you.
Maybe don't cut down a
Just
tree.
don't eat it when
bread,
don't
dude.
eat it when it's
Like,
green. It's not easy being green.
I will say this: is this? Oh, happy Thanksgiving to everyone! We're almost done at the end of the year. It's Turkey Day, so make sure you fist your turkey. You send me video of that. You know,
Get all
Make
up
sure-
in that turkey, guys.
hell yeah, dig it all out. I love it. I love it. Also, sweet potato
it's-
pie
No
is
matter
the
how
best.
many times I hear it, it still just causes not even it's an unconscious reaction. Thanks MSK for like it. You have it's this ability. It's this like I can't quite put it into words, but it's like you still make
Did he
me
fist it
do
into
this
your
number.
subconscious?
I
I
feel
feel like
do
he
this number.
fisted it right into your
You
subconscious.
keep
Like,
finding new and creative ways to make me upset.
MSK saying he's glad women aren't around him with that smiley face mask while he's crying underneath. I love that me. I love that picture. Where it's the first, I love that. I put it under every leftist's post when they talk about how much they hate Trump every single time. For Thanksgiving, do you swap out the Slim Jim for turkey meat sticks? I'm not gay, so I don't eat meat sticks. I lick vagina, and those usually taste pretty good.
come on, he uses the circus mirrors to make it look bigger. What are you talking about?
I'm not going down this road. I know nothing of what you're saying. It's
Mhm.
I'm a Christian man. I went to church last Sunday.
You know
you
what?
never send
Really?
inappropriate photographs.
I
Would
really
never do that ever.
I
Ever again.
I want to hear Little Birdie, man. I love that song. You know, from Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Little birdie.
And this is still one of the
why
best
do you
superhero
feel
movies ever.
upside down?
Oh, little look.
And that's
love
when he decided he was going to. I'm something of a murderer myself.
Oh no, the black one. Remember, I'm something of an N-word myself. That
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
was so funny.
All
Oh
of those
my
were fun,
God.
dude. I ain't never laughed as hard as I have. It's like when
With
and then
black people
what was it?
posting
What was the one
Ls.
where it was the reviews for Morbius where we went down and looked through all the reviews
yeah.
for the Morbius?
The guy
trailer?
said that he was in the movie theater and Martin Scorsese arrived and blew his brains out and gave a standing ovation. Holy shit. Craven's gonna bomb.
It just kept going.
God, man. Holy, that's the funniest movie. Morbius created the best thing ever, which was that meme of like, it's certainly a movie ever made. That might be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Out of all the movies ever made, this was one of them.
The funniest part about that is that they had the audacity to look at it and be like, you know what we need
Yeah,
to
that's
do?
good. Yeah.
Release it again.
Yeah.
It was
it
the
never happened.
stupidest. It was
And no,
oh
dude, the
my
gaslighting
God.
happened afterwards, where they were like, "We didn't release it because of the internet." Then how would you know it was a sensation? Then
Well, what
fucking
was
what?
crazy about that is it showed how much that the studios actually pay attention to their dumbass interns who are like, look
Yeah.
how much generation this is like, look
Yeah.
how much this is generating hype on the internet, blah 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 blah. And if that movie didn't show how stupid the studios are because their studio heads are definitely like ruled by their underlings. They're like, look,
Dude.
look, check it out. And then
I
it
think they
failed
succeeded.
again. It's retarded.
failed
Like
again.
They're
that's the
never going to
perfect
learn.
example of it. They're
They
never
did it
going to
back
learn.
with snakes on a plane, man. The internet back in like whenever that 2004 or 5, the internet, everybody
Like
was making
2008
fun
or
of it
something,
because
yeah.
of the title of the movie was so stupid, and Sam Jackson was in it. That everybody kept posting pictures of an airplane and Sam Jackson going, "I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane." That's what they kept posting, so everybody thought that people were gonna love that
Dude,
movie.
they still
Oh,
use
God.
they use it as a title of a Cobra Kai episode.
Oh no!
Did they really?
In this one
Yeah.
video where
Like,
it's going over the clips,
episode season
Elvis
2
Alien. There
episode
was
like
a
8.
comment under here where sex is great, but have you seen Morbius? Never gonna get old, man. Yeah, who needs sex? You can just watch Morbius. You know?
Martin Scorsese blew his brains out because
Yeah,
he knew he'd never make anything better than
Holy
Morbius.
fuck! I have to find that comment and read it. That's the funniest. I literally was dying of laughter as I read that. That makes
We
no
were
fucking
laughing so.
sense.
I'm telling you, I was about to throw up that night, man. I was like, we're laughing so hard, I was like about to puke. That's some good stuff, man.
I didn't hear anybody review it, but I just saw Wild Robot, and it's actually really, really good. I just wanted to put that out there.
The one with Pedro Pascal in it.
Yeah, but
That's like
it's kind of like Game of Thrones. He actually did a good job, and you don't really care. You don't even notice because he's a fox. You don't actually like, and he doesn't really sound like himself all that much. So
when Morbius said it's Morbin time, and then morbed literally everyone in the movie, I literally cried tears of joy. Truly a beautiful moment in a work of art. Holy fucking shit, dude! Who writes this stuff?
A bunch of autistic, funny, smartasses on the internet. I love the internet just because it has given a voice to all those sarcastic assholes everywhere that could just like can think of.
Oh, okay. Here it is. I think I found
stuff,
it,
man.
Okay, I'm reading this seriously. I promise. I'm not laughing. I will never forget the day I saw Morbius for the first time.
Look how long it is.
Christ.
Firstly, I had to book my ticket several months in advance due to the extreme demand to see the movie. When I arrived at the theater, it was absolutely packed to the brims. People were fist fighting each other to get spots in line. A few people died, I think. When I sat down, the entire theater was crammed and people were even sitting in the aisles and on the rafters, desperate to see the movie. Before the movie began, everyone stood up and applauded for a good 10 minutes before we finally sat down for the film. For the next 5.5 hours, I was enthralled at the beauty that was unraveling before my very eyes. That was not just your typical piece of cinema, but a beautifully crafted slice of the certified Kino on bar with other cinematic masterpieces like Citizen Kane.
This has got to be AI.
The 10 Commandments and Son of Mask.
Son of Mask.
That movie's a piece of shit. When the film ended, the crowd burst into applause, which lasted at least 3 hours. Roses were thrown at the screen. People broke down in tears at what they had just witnessed. I felt born again. My life prior to viewing Morbius stripped away. Then someone came up and stood before the screen. It was Martin Scorsese. The crowd watched in hushed tones before he calmly said, with tears in his eyes, "The king is dead. Long live the king," before he pulled out a handgun and blew his brains out. There and then, when we all cheered before the light dimmed once more and the cinema played the movie for a second time and a third time. Three days later, I emerged from the cinema. 3 days later, I emerged from the cinema, a changed man, and that was only after ushers had to physically drag me out and the rest of the audience of our seats. God bless Dr. Michael Morbius and God bless Jared Leto for his cultural defining acting. It is Morbin time.
That guy went all out, man. I gotta give him credit for that.
No,
I
man,
mean,
look how long
Jesus
that was-
Christ. Like he
I love that-
thoroughly thought
3
that shit
days
out.
later they had to be
How
physically
thorough that was, it
removed.
makes me believe it was
Man.
AI.
Yeah,
There was
there's
one
no,
I wrote
AI
about
would not write that because AI would have also blown
back when that
brains
video
out,
dropped,
like
that
2
has
days,
30,000
not 3
comments,
days.
man. Oh my god, there was a guy that wrote one. He said he got erectile dysfunction and he went to a Starbucks and he started talking to girls. And then Morbius, having watched Morbius,
So
made
it
the girls'
cured his
phone numbers.
erectile dysfunction,
It
and he
killed his-
started talking to girls.
Girls at Starbucks, and the girls at Starbucks social media started appearing up in his phone. Might have been okay, that's just retarded.
It was, dude. We got man.
Oh,
We got so silly that night, man. Like
God, man.
even worse.
This is
even-
why I don't want the Sony movies to end.
Dude,
We're not gonna have
who
20 more
leaked
traditional
MSK?
movies.
Fucking DMs out there. That's crazy.
There's no DMs I've leaked anywhere. There's nothing. I'm clean. I'm not like P. Diddy at all.
Oh, did you hear, man? P. Diddy was the one that poisoned Jamie Foxx. That's what he said. And Jamie Foxx was the one that called the FBI on him, man, because when Jamie Foxx, everybody thought he got all jacked up because of the
Vaccine.
jab. But apparently Diddy poisoned him, man, is what he was saying. And he's the one that called the FBI.
See, this is what sucks.
Okay, if you got poison and you got what kind of jacked up are you talking about? Like messed up to where
Oh
you
no,
don't
he was in the
remember,
hospital. He was in a
or you
coma.
meant
Oh, he was in a
jacked?
coma.
He's
Yeah.
almost
He
he
was-
almost
I believe he
died.
was in a
Oh,
coma.
okay.
People said
I-
it was because
He's
the
bad, he's
COVID.
bad.
I was going with the
virus
idea that
jab.
this guy got jacked out of nowhere, and it was like, dude, you were just feeding me like all the the insane drugs that all these body lifters
great.
do. That
Great.
would be
I
insane.
know you love Nebula. It's Nebula's birthday. It's her 37th birthday. Man, Marvel, you made that bitch look ugly.
Killing Garion. Come
Oh
on,
God, man.
she banging.
That's 37 years old. Hell yeah, older better. So her hips won't like unlast if you pound her, would they? That's wrong with older girls. If you pound them from the back, their hips would like hurt, would it not?
Hey, Kid is in the chat.
Kato, what's up, man?
Kato. What's up,
Hey.
brother?
It's another white black man I love. He told me to have sex with BBWs, and I was like,
he's my favorite person to
yes.
talk shit to on X, man, because I know he can take every joke that I throw at him,
This
even
man,
though he's short as fuck. No.
this man kind of told me to have sex with BBWs, and it's like, hey, I mean, I'm not saying no, but I wouldn't date one. You know, you got to pound and leave. No, older women are the best at sex. Like younger women, tighter, better. I guess I can't really get in them too easily. You know.
All right,
I'm
I'm
like
gonna.
90
All right, look, can we please just take up a donation tank so we can like send like a whore over to MSK's house one night, man?
So he can have
We
sex
get
for
him-
once in his life.
We get him.
Jesus
We
Christ.
get him a
Kid.
hooker, man. Me and Iron were talking about
But
this
who's
a
gonna
while
pay for
back.
her
We just
therapy?
we'll start up a GoFundMe.
We could do tiers too. It'd be like 150 for
Like
like
crowdfunding for a
Hey,
whore.
we swear
Yeah.
not a virgin, and then
Yes, they're
250
talking
for
about
like I
crowdfunding
guess
for
you
a horse
tried.
It's not
and,
that
you
hard
know,
to
you
get
could
sex.
just go from there.
And that's the
Well,
type
it
of
shouldn't
statement
be,
that
but
they
it
go
sounds
on
like it's a bit of
crowdfund for
And we're
difficulty
gonna
horses.
have
for
to
you,
we're gonna
dude.
have to get up a pretty big amount of money because we're gonna have to make sure we get a persistent one that's gonna be like knocking on his door and won't go away.
I can't
Get out
play
of there!
I can't play. Fuck, I'll bookmark.
Open
but I
up the
can't.
door. Come on, I'll set the bed up for you. Even though it used to be
Guys,
here somewhere.
Dude, have you guys thrusted?
Hey, we'll
That
throw
shit is
some extra
hard.
money
Are you
and hang the TV for you.
seriously?
Well, you know, have you guys thrust? That shit is hard. No, fuck, man. I'm not trying to thrust anytime soon. I want to just be
If
focused on
that's even your first
concentration and work.
consideration, you're already like halfway to failure. Get out of
Oh
here.
God, right. No. Foreplay's the key. You got to use your
It's
tongue.
not
good.
hard,
I
MSK.
understand that.
It's instinctual.
Yes, but my back hurts. I can't do it good anymore. I'm
No,
throwing
man.
out.
Here, let me tell you what you do is you take a whole bunch of notes and write them down because I always whenever I'm hooking up, I always have to look at paper and read things and try to figure out what I'm doing. Never
Yeah.
it doesn't come natural at all. Man.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I
Would
mean,
you
just
take
looking
notes?
at you, MSK, most men's libido is halved immediately because they're just like, oh God.
I would
How
just
could
say,
I
hey,
ever be like
When I was on the
how-
MSK show
like,
one
I
time,
just-
man, it was just
I'm
like
as weak as this person all the time. But
Yeah.
then the other thing about it is it actually emboldens them to be better, way better than whatever
now
the
you
fuck
just-
you're going to be immediately.
Lord. This case back hurts from all the thrusting. No. That's gay. But yeah, you know, sex is overrated. It's all about pizza.
Gray's like life is overrated.
No, I mean, as you get older, the what's that one song? The simple bare necessities. Yeah, you just need simple
Yeah,
stuff. in
I
life to
also
be
live
happy.
my life through songs. I'm a musician and I don't even do that. Get out of here, dude.
Hey,
Come on.
MSK views the world as a musical.
little known fact, but MSK's neighborhood used to flourish with prostitution, but the sex worker population mysterious migrated the same
So it
spot.
should be
MSK
mysteriously. That's why it feels weird.
Good Lord. Interesting enough, it happened on his last spot. Horrors? No. Do we have a few? I mean, I saw them.
No,
They
dude,
tried
He
to.
lives in the middle of nowhere. There's no way there was a large
Oh,
sex worker.
you saw them and
Nah.
they
He's
fled?
in the middle of
Is that what
nowhere, and sex
happened?
workers like high density.
The other place I used to live, potentially. I mean, I never did anything with them. I had standards. I'm a high value man. I'm sleeping with a whore. I have standards. I only slept with whores back in the day because I was just a horny weirdo. So yeah. Now I'm
You were male.
I'm a
Wait, you
That's
control.
statement's
were a
half
horny.
right.
Wait, you were a horny weirdo back in the day?
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
I'm a
That's
high
hard for me to
value-
even imagine. I
I'm
don't.
a high-
He's just saying he's male.
I'm
Pure
a high
fiction.
value. I'm a high value male with stern,
No, you're not.
confident charisma.
Did you like get a word of the day calendar that's stern? Like you've
Yeah,
never said stern
does
before in
not
your
make
life,
sense.
and you've brought it up like 3 times today.
I'm
A
projecting.
word of the day
Okay?
calendar.
Stop. Good Lord.
Did you like buy like a stream affirmation calendar right before you start something? And you're like,
Good enough.
I am the best
Smart
ever.
enough.
I am the smartest person ever. I'm
And
the
doggone
best
it.
black
Thank you.
creator. I'm the blah blah blah. And then you just do that every time.
Stuart
I've only
Smalley.
been on here twice, but you kind of say a lot of the same stuff.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Firm, strict, or uncompromising. Hard, harsh, or severe in manner or character. Difficult and
she picked it
unpleasantly
up.
serious, or grim and forbidding in appearance. You do not make any of those.
Says who?
Kind of the last one though.
I don't know. Everybody.
Grim or forbidding in appearance?
Do I not look intimidating?
No.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Why do you want?
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting.
That was a green screen.
I was gonna put your face there, but that'd been too much.
That would
Well,
have been mean.
I would never do that. I am a nice
But it still
guy.
wouldn't be.
SpongeBob!
Oh, yeah!
They're sickening. I hate people. Die! I have got to get my hits up.
The fuck was that?
That is the I've seen
Don't
that.
worry about
I
it.
think that might be the second, possibly third time I've seen that. I was paying attention from the start this time. I was like,
Oh, but yeah, Kaida, if you ever have any sex videos, send me them. I want to see your strokes, just for me to compare. You know, we're both big black guys. You know,
Just admit you're a voyeurist.
A bunch of 5'5" black dudes just going at it. Okay.
Oh no. I'm like a great white shark. I'm solitary.
Did you see
I know how
the
to get
thing I
my
said?
prey.
Did you see the thing I sent Kata earlier on his stream,
Which one?
on his Twitter? Oh man, like I know Kata is shorter than me. I haven't met him yet. I hope to meet him. Like I know we're gonna get along real well. Like we hang out on streams all the time. That's why I like it. Like all the people that I meet on these streams, I know that I'm gonna get along with real well if I ever get to eat or not to eat, get to meet any of these people in real life. I'm gonna get along with everybody. I've got along with everybody in general. It's not a big deal. Like Kata and like a bunch of people I stream with, it's always a good time. And so I oddly feel comfortable with saying like maybe some out of pocket shit or like throwing some out of pocket memes to them or ridiculous shit. The last thing I sent him was he was just like he posted like a gym pic, and then I posted a little picture where it's like it's kind of like an old school, it's kind of an old thing where like somebody did like a bachelor party where somebody like he had a smaller friend and then he had like a small suit, and I got a picture of it, and it's pretty ridiculous, but I know Kate is short. I mean, he admits it. He I mean, it's literally in his name is Khalil till short or whatever. And whatever. It was too funny. But I mean, I'm 6 foot, so I'm not even like super
I'm
tall, but I'm like
I'm 5'9", so you're probably just a little bit taller than me. Yeah.
Yeah, like
So now you're tall, dark, and handsome. See?
well, I'm going gray, so it doesn't work as well, but whatever.
There were so many tall people at the FNT meetup in Vegas this last year.
Static was just huge. Good Lord, man.
Static, Kel, Dermy. There was at least 2 or 3 others that were all well over 6'1", 6'2".
Good Lord. Feel the Beardo? That guy is
I'm
Terrible.
5'2.5".
God.
Excellent. Fun
girls
size.
are like,
I'm 5'11". That's a good height there.
yeah, you know, girls are like, I'm not into short guys. All right, I'm not into fat bitches. Lose some weight. That's got to be a response to them. It's how you shut them girls down. But
No,
all right,
Don't lie, MSK.
Dude,
I don't
do
care.
you guys know who
Guys,
Latino
they don't have
Slant
it.
is?
Yeah, Polly's awesome.
You know Polly? Okay, so yeah, I'm friends with him too. I went there for a training session for like jujitsu because that's his main thing. That guy proceeded to whoop my ass, dude. That guy is crazy. He's older. He's older than me by by about 15 some odd years, and that guy is like He was just like, hey, man, do this. I learned a lot. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm much more sufficient now in what he taught me. But god damn, that guy is crazy. You look at him, you're just like, oh, yeah, he's a whatever, dude. That guy will fucking put you to the ground in no seconds flat. It's crazy.
He's
Don't
also
fuck with that guy. Do not fuck with that guy.
I mean, he puts this out there so I can say it.
I'm
He's
actually
also-
way bigger than him. Like,
He's about,
he put me down.
he's about, I think it's 7 years sober too. So good on Paulie.
Good for him.
Don't get too edgy.
Well, I
because
shut
we're
up
supposed
sober.
to
Don't get me
speak here
wrong.
on MSK streams.
That guy's
We're professionals
He doesn't
here.
mess around. He doesn't.
I let people know what we're doing here. I'm the top G for a reason. Come on. So I have that appointed to me, self-appointed, just like being a king. You got to be a self-appointed person. I'm kidding. Oh, the last thing I'll mention before we head out here in a little bit. People saying Arcane's gay. Okay, so as a person who plays League of Legends, that company, they are. Don't be surprised if there's quote unquote woke stuff because that company is very virtuous to gay people.
Oh no, they took the last 3 episodes of season 2 and decided to dial that shit up into 11, man.
I was surprised people didn't know that they were about that. Like, dude,
no, I mean, I didn't care about any of that stuff, but it's just like they go on. And it's the spoilment, dude. It's an animated thing, so they have to go on this real, like, let's just focus here. This animated show, right? On these 2 lesbians, like, going at it for a little bit, man. I mean, uncomfortably long.
That character, Caitlyn, wasn't even gay before. Or Vi, maybe, given her appearance, but Caitlyn was never. I remember from original lore, Caitlyn was never gay. I don't know why they chose to make them a couple. It's just gay.
What do you mean? Why? You can't current day.
Well, listen, when you get the woke mind virus,
this company's had it forever.
Yeah, once you catch
now.
it's like it makes it so it's like all you can think about. All you can think about.
It's like season 1 was good. Season 1 was really good. Season 2, I was still digging it, but like they just had to like.
Hey, Walter, this is not true. I'm not the top G in LGBTQ. That's gay. But the problem here is like I was so surprised. We were like, man, Riot Games is gay. There was earlier this year they tried to do a program for minority groups to play League. I forgot the name they specifically used. Like people were like, man, they're doing woke stuff, and do you know who they are? And they don't even care about gay people. They literally let Saudi Arabia run a tournament earlier this year. Saudi Arabia literally kills gay people. This is I'm glad. I mean, I'm not saying Arcane is bad, but I'm just surprised people are surprised that Riot Games did this stuff. I'm not surprised at all. They are terrible people, actually awful people. But hey, if Caitlyn likes to lick carpet, I like to lick carpet too. I mean, like it tastes pretty good.
I haven't seen it. I was gonna see it because everyone was so excited about the first season, but things happened, and I just figured I'd wait for the second season, and now everyone's not happy with it. So I'm glad.
I mean, I wouldn't still tell you not to watch season 1, but there's gonna be gay elements in anything Riot Games does. It's just how it goes. Well, I hope they do a character. Hope they do Rakan and Zaya, the couple. We could do that cosplay. I could be Rakan, a hot, sexy guy who goes around and charms people. You could be the girl that tries to, suck the life out of me.
Tiny, you can suck the life out of me if you would like to.
I didn't give her permission for that.
I'm here for that. Just so you know.
Just
my DMs are open. So we're clear.
All right. So we're gonna head out here in just a little bit because I gotta get some videos done. We got about another 10 minutes because I'm editing so much videos. I finished Concord video, Sonic 2 trailer reaction. I'm gonna have those up in a couple, and we'll just do a video a day. So I'll do that, and I got to get this comic book content done. So yeah, your boys working on consistent
Sonic
content.
2 trailer reaction.
Yeah, I had it. Sonic 2. Oh, you're right. Trailer 2 for Sonic 3. Why do you guys do that? You knew what I meant. Yeah, you knew what I meant. You still.
I didn't.
No, it's great. He's always being a fucking bastard. Oh my
no, God. He's looking out for you to make sure that you get information out correctly to your followers.
Yes.
I just thought it was a choice. You're going for the Sonic 2 trailer.
That's crazy, man. Sonic 3. Why even release any movies that month with it? What is Disney? We're gonna release Mufasa. Who's the fuck's watching that? I don't give a fuck about that.
No one's watching that. But I think Sonic 3 actually might do somewhat okay. I don't think it's gonna bomb because Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 were really liked.
Yeah, yeah. The money only increased over time. This one's probably gonna make a lot more. Probably the highest grossing one they have so far. Like Craven's not gonna do anything.
That's the thing. When you have something that people actually enjoy and you don't
Yeah.
fuck it up and change it, you make
Yeah.
money.
The creators are like, you know, we want to do the fans justice with the Shadow and Maria story. Yeah, like man, just sign me up. Just oh my god, just give it to me all, daddy. Fucking hell, I love it, bro. We're about to get a ultra giga banger of a movie. I love the first one. I like the second one a lot too. Can't wait for a nice wrap up to the trilogy. With people want to hate Hayden Christensen to voice Shadow. Get the fuck no. Fuck no.
How are you
I'd rather have
this
Keanu
into
Reeves.
this series and have never watched the Knuckles show?
Because I'm not a loser.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I thought you were on my side, but fuck you. Okay.
I'm not.
Why did
but
you think
seriously,
Gray
how
was
are
on
you
your
like?
side of all of us? Why did you think
Yeah,
that?
I've never been on
No,
your
no,
side.
no, the only problem I have with the movies is that James Marsden, who was Cyclops at one point, and the husband to Lois in that terrible Superman movie by Bryan Singer, why did he date a black girl? Why is he with a black girl? Like, fuck, man.
Because the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
You're,
Come on.
you white men and your fetish to black women, you slave
doesn't even
owners.
make sense.
No, it's because they treat us better.
It's so weird. They treat
That's
us like
true.
shit.
It's true. They treat
It's
y'all like shit
absolutely
and they
not
treat
true,
us better.
but okay.
That's why.
Why is James Marsden with the Shaniqua in my Sonic movies? I didn't ask for that.
Why not?
Why?
That's just a weird
She's
question.
She's
Why
like
not?
darker. I don't want
And I'm like
darker meat in my
90%
Sonic
sure that
movies.
wasn't the character's name.
I don't even know what that bitch's name is. All I know is her name is Shaniqua to me. But it's okay. She's not a ghetto hood talking one, so she's fine. She's not agitating me. But she's okay. She's fine.
Well, then what are your thoughts on Mufasa? I'm just wondering.
It'll certainly be a movie. It'll exist. It'll come out. Honestly, let's be honest here. It's gonna bomb in about 2 weeks, and Disney is gonna be like, "Oh, it's a Disney Plus hit." We know how
I
this goes.
didn't hear that the Lion King got a whole bunch of nature shit wrong because it's a retelling of fucking Hamlet. It works as a retelling of fucking Hamlet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you know nowadays that actually know that? I'm gonna go with about 0.
Hey, I didn't even know that.
Reason for why they were not following nature. But this prequel doesn't make any sense because they're trying to make it more natural or more realistic in some way. And it's like that's not how lions behave.
Wait,
this is
are you telling me? Are you telling me that the African savannah isn't ruled by a hereditary monarchy of lions and they don't live in peace with all the plant-eating animals? Are you what?
Dude, all they had to do,
and they don't
just
take advice from them.
They don't have the democracy through like animalistic.
This is destroying me, Tiny.
It's
all
not
they
just
had to
that.
do.
It's literally, it's just the story worked as it was. Trying to make anything around it work doesn't work.
All they had to do was just do Lion King 2 and just have Simba and the whole daughter thing. Even though I don't think that one's as good as the first one, and it's definitely not. That's a decent direction for it. Why are we getting a prequel movie that's where we're gonna learn about Mufasa and he dies? It's just stupid.
I think
Just
it's
do
really.
Lion
I
King
think it was a
2.
really classy move. They waited till after James Earl Jones died to release it, though, so he doesn't have to see.
Man, Walter
It's a
had
prequel,
Walter said-
flashback, reboot. It's great.
I agree.
Wouldn't love it.
MSK. I agree. MSK. I have no issues with space animals, but the interracial marriage is just pure fiction nonsense, right? No way that guy chooses a Shaniqua in real life. It doesn't happen. She ain't got real hair, and the sister is a loud black woman, and she's angry. Are you serious? I gotta deal with Shaniquas in my Sonic movies. Fucking hell, dude! You can't have nothing good in life. And I know it sounds bad out of context. It might be clear, but.
It sounds bad in context.
You just broke Theo.
Well,
and he's a comedian. That takes skill. You should be proud of that. That takes skill. You broke a comedian. Yeah.
The next villain he should just put on a KKK outfit for James Marsden. Just wear that all movie. Maybe he might get a new girlfriend then. He married her.
Hey, for the
How
viewing
did your old
audience,
channel get nuked?
For the viewing,
That never
the
happened.
viewing audience, some
It
of
was
us I like black girls.
Was
I like
it, was it for the wholesome content?
don't report
Because
us.
like I could see that. It must be just the wholesome content. Also, check it out.
Sometimes.
I have a cat. Wholesome.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
There's a
cat.
whole lot of pussy you got there.
Adorable. It's a tiny kitty. Tiny kitties are really cute.
God.
This is Calypso. She invades all my space. It's great.
Was she based off the Marvel villain Eclipso?
No, it's actually off
Greek
like the Greek
goddess.
mythology.
Hey,
Yep.
Are you gonna
She
gonna
got
put
it.
Katsumi a little TV and recliner up there in her high rise?
And
She's
actually,
got
when I really thought about it,
and it
because
has,
how
like,
annoying she
little-
is, I
two
wanted to
little freaking
build
little
like
apartment boxes.
I kind of want to
I
get rid
know
of.
it's
Well,
like
I don't want to
that's
get rid
like
of
a
the
cat
posters and
high-rise.
stuff, but I kind of want to build like a. Well, I actually technically have a shelf ready that
Mhm.
I'm going to put here, and then put like a little cat box that she, or like a, I don't know, a place that she can sit on, and then she can just be there in the corner because people like to see her.
Mhm.
Because I don't know if I'm on certain streams, people are like, "Oh, it's Sci-Fax and Calypso," and I'm like, I guess she's just a part of this shit now, or whatever.
Mhm.
And if I can just have her in the background, because she'll sit
Critical
there
Trigger has
if I get
Critical
that.
Doggo.
Yeah.
And Words of Paradise, Leon, he's got his little parakeet.
It was
Oh,
totally
no.
unintentional.
yeah.
I had no idea she'd be so infatuated with the crap that I have going on. But my setup is actually very.
This never
I
happened.
don't want
It
to.
was retconned.
It's not elaborate at all. It's just like it's two mic stands from my old band setup, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna attach a mic here. I'm gonna put a camera on that, and it just.
Before we go,
it's
Vaughn
whatever.
Coleman launched his website for Phenomenova issue
Right.
number 1. If you did not get it, I did. He sent it. I just need to get it in my next mail delivery, and I'll read it and review it at some point.
It
so
looks
you can go on
amazing.
here and get it. So yeah, go on here and buy it if you have not had a chance. I haven't actually visited the website yet at all. I already own the book, so why would I even come here? Yeah, there you go. Easy. Go on there and buy it and support, and tell them Big Daddy MSK sent you. That way, I get some free comics in the future for like review purposes, so I can lie just like IGN does, because access.
Yeah, because we all believe you read, right? No, because
That's the real joke there.
Because
Jokes aside,
anyone
I don't
on
hate
this
the idea.
channel actually cares what IGN has to say.
Good Lord, IGN, what a clown show,
IGN gave Alien Isolation 5 out of 10.
bro. Dude, remember back in the
hell
day?
is wrong with them?
Do you remember not forget back in the day what they used to do? Every game they ever reviewed, I remember I used to get those like tips and tricks book for like cheat codes for games. They will always give games like 7 out of 10s. What the fuck? They would always give games 7 out of 10s. We've been doing that forever. Stupid.
Except for Alien Isolation, like
They gave She-Hulk a 9
and-
for his first season. They legitimately gave She-Hulk season 1 a 9. It's fucking
That's
ridiculous.
nuts. That's insane.
That show is dog shit. Like literal shite on the ground.
Maybe if it was
Dude,
9 out of 10.
I remember riding my bike about like half a mile to a little over, like roughly a mile away from where I lived. Uphill, by the way. And I know this sounds
Both
like
ways?
uphill through the snow both ways. I know it sounds like that. But it was up to the closest 7-Eleven that I live next to. And they would have tips and tricks magazines there. And they would have Tomb Raider. I remember like this is the most the most, I don't know, obvious version of it to me that I remember that I immediately went to the store for because I couldn't figure out how to get past a certain level or whatever. And it was for Tomb Raider. And I didn't know how to get around like
mid-90s,
whatever
Tomb
the
Raider comic books were
dinosaurs.
good.
Yeah. It was like it was either Tomb Raider or Tomb Raider 2. And it was tips and tricks. And I would go up there and I'd write it down on like a notepad. And then I would ride my happy ass back down the hill on the easy ride back, and I would like knock it out. And then I would get the next part, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I got to go do it again." And I was stupid enough not to just write the whole goddamn tips and tricks out. So, like, obviously you learn. And the first time you do it, you're like, "Wait, why don't I just write the whole thing?" But I remember doing that all the time, and that's what you had to do back in the day to get past a lot of this shit. Sometimes. And I was like, just that journey was kind of worth the grueling, well, maybe not grueling. It's like, I don't know. I rode BMX bikes all the time. It wasn't that big. I was like, I got to get outside, whatever. Who cares? Nowadays, it's like, oh, I can just knock it up on Google and do a game facts review or whatever the fuck it's called. And then ta-da, you have a whole walkthrough. It's not the same. I don't know. I felt like we earned it back in the day, but whatever.
Yeah,
It's funny. I realized halfway through we were actually talking about two different things. You're talking about Tomb Raider, the video game, which makes more sense, but I was actually talking about Tomb Raider, the comic books.
Oh yeah. No.
Why am I even? There's
The mid to late 90s had.
I didn't even know those existed.
No, I don't know why I even asked that.
Mid to late
Educate
90s
me.
there was a
Every
run.
big thing.
I think
Are they're casting
Turner
Sophie
did the
Turner
art
as
for it.
Laura
It was
Croft?
great, and there was crossovers with Witchblade and with Fathom. I think there might have even been a crossover with Magdalena.
They're casting the bitch that played Phoenix in the new X-Men, the later X-Men movies, to play Laura Croft. That's what I heard. Sophie Turner. Isn't Laura Croft supposed to be like
That's
Bill?
not gonna work.
Not only did she not look like Laura Croft at all,
At all.
she's also one of the idiots who had a relatively decent, pretty face who decided to have plastic surgery to
She
destroy
did.
it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
She looks terrible now. It's
She's
crazy.
yeah, man.
But
If
she
you
matches.
remember,
She matches the new audience version of Tomb Raider that they want. No tits.
Well,
no
it kind of
talent,
goes back to the
nothing.
old like PS1 version though. Like she was very
pixel version?
polygonal and
Man,
she was
had-
kind of
she had
stiff. That
huge-
reminds me of Sophie Turner.
She had a little bit of a
If they go out of their
bit.
way to give her triangle tits, sure, just do that. Just give her triangle tits, and we'll be like, you know what,
Out there.
you nailed it.
sorry.
Like,
She's
just,
supposed
like,
to be
whatever.
a badass female version of Indiana Jones who has the training
That was
and
the
the
original idea.
of
Yes.
British SAS and enough money to do any research she wants and go anywhere she wants and paid for enough gadgets to make Batman jealous. That's the whole point.
Mama.
It's her brain and her money. She happens to have great tits too, but it's her brain and her money that made the fucking character. And now they don't have any of that.
Women
She gave
have
up
brains
her
and
money
money?
because she wouldn't be
Right.
an elitist or something. She now has a bitchy girlfriend who does nothing but whine. And she doesn't go and explore shit much. She never uses her brain.
That is more realistic, though. I will say that. So
All
I
right,
appreciate I appreciate the
Women
pivot.
using their brains.
The
Stop
whining.
Come on. Come on. Where are we going here? All right, before we go, last other meme from Definite L's. Just so we're clear and understand liberal logic, the woman who raised 1.4 billion and ended up 20 million in debt in 3 months was going to fix the U.S. economy. Yeah.
Yep.
No wonder why she lost by a landslide.
She wasn't going to fix anything. She ain't nothing but an empty vessel. Just
And
like
there are
Can't even
people
fix
who
her own campaign.
there are people who are willing to help her get out of her $20 million debt, but they
Yeah.
have stipulations like you have to promise you won't try to run in 2028.
Ha.
They no, well, not just that. Tim Walz put out that email. He was like, "Hey, could you guys help us with donations?" $1.4 billion. Donate to you? How? Go ask other people to bail you out of debt. Then what the fuck? Triggered Melanie Mac noise. Fine lady, I'll say. She's pretty attractive. I'll give her that. But that's how it works with women.
Dude, I think people don't like the left don't realize that most people realize it's going to take a year minimum just to see them like a monochrome of change, right? That's going to take it's going to take about a year, and we all understand that.
You got to get through everything that's already in the pipeline.
2 years, maybe, hopefully, everything will start to flow, and then
no, man.
after
And,
4 years,
right after he gets in there,
hold
he's
on.
going to turn the energy on, man.
Mhm.
Well, hold on. Like once all that stuff starts flowing, then maybe everything will be good. The difference is if you looked at like Kamala's campaign, it was literally the same. Like her campaign and like all her policies were literally Joe Biden's campaign and policies, just extended, which is the same thing that are
She kept saying, "Oh, we're going to
driving
change.
us
We're going
into
to
the
change."
ground right now. We're going to
Dude,
change
no,
by
we're gonna
doing
change
the
the
same
step-
exact thing. So at least
And when asked,
people voted
when
for
asked,
something
specifically
different.
asked 2 different times from 2 different reporters, what would you change from what has happened in the last 3.5 years? What do you think was done wrong?
She doesn't
And
know because
Both
she's an
times with 2
empty
different fucking
vessel.
reporters, she didn't have an answer.
She's
No,
an empty
nothing.
vessel, man. She has nothing in there. That's why she
And
couldn't
look,
do interviews. They don't have any
whether-
policies. They're puppets,
They
man. They're
ran
not the
someone
ones
who's never
running the
actually
country
run
right
for
now.
anything.
Whether this works or not is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not irrelevant, but it is like at least somebody tried to do something different, because all you were proposing was the same shit. You were just being like, hey, let's go another 4 years of what's I don't know, sinking
And if
the
she really
economy.
cared that much about fixing stuff, she could do stuff right now.
Yep.
But you see how the prices haven't come.
That's
nothing
another
has
one
changed?
too.
Not doing
Sure.
anything, man.
No,
They're-
in North
And
Carolina,
everybody knows Biden
Actually,
isn't really
they're
there.
doing
The North
no,
Carolina
they're doing exactly what
hurricanes
the people
was
who are
the-
running the country want them to do, man.
the
Nothing.
sprinkles on the top of the ice cream was the North Carolina hurricanes that went through. She told people after you lost your fucking homes, you get $750 loan. What the?
And some of them didn't even
And I'm sorry,
qualify
FEMA
for it.
left, and there are still people there in tents in the cold. And because they're not being taken care of by the government, whose responsibility is to take care of them, even the state government isn't helping them. State government is sending in CDS to take kids away from their families because they're outdoors in tents in the winter.
That's why she lost. She
They
completely
created the
fumbled that.
situation, and then they're punishing people for being in it.
The
No one
hell,
even
man?
mentioned East Tennessee. East Tennessee also got hit really bad. No one even talked about them. All you hear is North Carolina and a little bit of South Carolina. There are 3 or 4 states that got hit horribly without any warning or understanding because it's never done it quite like that before. And they got nothing from their governments, federal or state. It is obscene how derelict these people are in their duty.
Do you know how we love women here and we don't shit
Derelict
on them?
is on purpose.
Right.
They hate you, man. These
Yeah,
elites
we
hate you.
don't
They
shit on
want-
women here at all, but I do because I
Right.
hate modern women and I hate women logic for the fucking most part. Most of it makes no fucking sense. And this woman is probably the biggest proponent of it. This dumb, actual moron. Taylor Swift had a song where she was like, fuck the patriarchy, as she sang and shook her non-existent ass in a building all built by men. So that's just crazy, right? Then she had the nerve to go on a podcast and start talking about patriarchy. Just listen how out of touch this
people
lady
understand
is.
how easy.
Sorry. 1 sec. She was going too fast. Just like my horrible wife. This is why these people lost. You're completely out of touch. What a dumb fucking broad, man.
People understand how easy it is to infer that someone who's a female artist or a female in our industry is somehow doing something wrong by wanting love, wanting money.
All women do, Taylor, is talk about getting fucked and sucking dick. All you guys do the same thing. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, I'll talk about their wet
Her
horse
music is
gorilla
not the
looking
same as
pussy.
theirs. I'm not saying she's right in any way, shape, or form, but she doesn't have
Well,
to have that much
I
her-
throw out all of that music as equal dog shit, and I would probably rather have ice picks jammed into my ear canals than listen to any of it.
She literally, by their
Hey, shake it
definition,
off,
has
man.
white privilege. She doesn't, by that logic, is that not white privilege? She has everything given to her.
You know what's crazy about the Taylor Swift example, especially, is that
Sold her soul.
like, here's the thing. So she's like, she had that song "If I Were a Man," implying that if she were a man, she would be so much further. The
I
whole
somehow
reason,
missed that one.
the whole reason she has a career is because she's an average looking girl who can sing. That's the whole reason. If she was a man, she would not have a career. She's a girl. That's what makes her marketable to her legion of female fans. The whole reason her career exists, it's predicated on her being a woman. The idea that if she were a man, she would just coast through
Literally,
life is just
her
wildly
song,
out of
like you said
touch.
before, the whole fuck the patriarchy thing. Does she know who gave her career, her job? Are we like that out of touch with reality? I'm not saying she didn't somewhat work for what she has, but let's not like, come on, let's be fair here. It's like when Pokimane says, "Oh, I was able to pay for my grandparents' retirement." No, we paid for that.
So you'd say the same thing about you, right, MSK? Like you did a little
not
bit for your
me.
career, but mostly it was the
speak for yourself.
patriarchy, right?
Whoa. Well, I didn't pay for it. I don't support her, but hypothetically. Makes millions singing about her bad choices in men, endorses Joe Biden.
That one I like. That one I really like.
Great.
We
I
can't.
love it.
Although here's
Pretty
the thing.
straightforward.
Here's the thing. I look. I know we gotta call out these women for their bad behavior, but at the same time, we got men out here buying bathwater and farts in a jar.
They're buying.
And we
Oh, no,
gotta-
those people need to be
the
shamed
simp
too.
epidemic. The simp epidemic is a
No
problem.
kidding,
We
man.
gotta
That's
clean
bad.
this shit up, man.
I'm telling you, man. I feel bad. Look, I was talking about this a while back. I feel bad for these poor slubs, man, because like anybody that the people I just couldn't wrap my head around it for a long time because it's like they have absolutely zero self-esteem, man, and it's sad.
True.
And if they'll do this,
MSK, have you paid
all of
Amaranth's
this-
rent yet?
No.
I
would never do
recommend
that.
all of those dudes. It's like exercise. Get some
Anybody thinking about the
exercise,
future?
workout, man. Get their testosterone flowing, man. Get your natural feel-good drugs going, man, and get yourself some self-esteem, man. Dude, I'd like to help.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that's why the younger generation actually started picking up and like voting for Trump, someone like that, It's because the younger generation follows a bunch of the, let's just say, they're into the YouTube culture. They're into Joe Rogan. They're into Jordan Peterson.
New
They're
media.
into these people who
And
talk
technology
about, males aren't actually screwed over. Just embrace it and go for it or whatever. And that oddly is enough. Like, it's a good enough message. Some of their stuff that they talk about, don't get me wrong, is not it's not the best thing out there. But there's enough of it in there that if they embrace the enough of it that is there, can, I don't know, do what happened. Whereas like you embrace manliness, you embrace being a fucking man again. You don't have to embrace everything they talk about. It's almost more embracing. It's embracing like common sense.
But
like
you
we lost common sense years ago. That's what it feels like. And like men are men, women are women. However you feel about it, whatever. That's how I feel about it. Whatever. That's what I'm going to say. That's my statement on it. Whatever. People can go against me. It doesn't matter. That's how I feel about it. But it was like back in the day, it was like a lot of these things were just common sense. Don't stick a fork in a goddamn electrical outlet. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Do that?
Well, if you did, you fucking learned, and you learned not to fucking do it. Like, don't do that thing.
Talking about the patriarchy in the modern day in the modern West doesn't make any sense.
It's
to a large
retarded.
degree. Except there's one place it still exists, and I had no clue about it till I know part of it, and that's medicine. Literally.
Well, yeah, medicine is that's the absolute. You can't use certain things for men versus women.
Years ago,
you just can't do it.
Up until 8 or 10 years ago, every single 95% of all the people whose blood was used to make the averages for the US, for blood pressure, for blood sugar, for all sorts of things, 95% of them were healthy white college-age males.
Right, because that's who they have access to. That's why every
that's who shows up to get paid for the testing to be done, so they have beer money and shit. But it has skewed what should be the correct ranges for people all over the country, especially women. There's all sorts of drugs we should not actually be on because they don't mess with you, but they do mess with us. And the fucking FDA doesn't care. The fucking NIH doesn't care. I walk into a doctor's office. I have 3 severe pain conditions. 3. I am never not in some level of pain. But if I try to talk to the doctor about my pain levels, I get dismissed. If I walk in with my mother, I get a little bit more attention. If I walk in with my father, anything I say is fucking true. And I'm sorry, I've been sick for 20 years. I've seen this with doctors in 5 different states, 14 different specialties. There's this idea that women shouldn't be believed. It's insanity on so many levels.
That's true. I mean, now to be fair, the idea that women are exaggerating the amount of discomfort they're in did not just fall out of the sky. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's
Females
a lot
with
of
MS. No. Females with MS, up until the MRI was invented, and they could prove lesions on the brain. All women with MS were considered to have female hysteria, and were either put in a mental institution or had their fucking uterus removed in a hysterectomy.
That's because there was so much hysteria prior to that over little things. Like you see
it was all actual medical diseases.
Is that what they call it, a hysterectomy? Because of
yes,
the
it is actually.
Fun
thing.
exactly
it's actually fun. Yes.
To wrap up things tonight.
The uterus,
Speaking about vaginas,
having pain and complaining about problems.
Yes. So
majority of the fucking lobotomized females.
Tiny. So wait a minute. What was that one horrible organization that treated females really badly? And there was one recently. Oh my god! It was the
MSK universe.
No, I'm kidding.
Was it Kaiser Permanente or was it Planned Parenthood that had those really horrible ideas for women? Maybe it was one of them. It's too late in the night to remember all the fucking places now.
I mean,
I know
they're not like pro baby or anything.
I know Planned Parenthood is not.
Are you thinking
Walter.
China? Maybe
Walter.
Walter says, "I don't believe Tiny, but if one of you guys back it up, I believe."
All right, I'll second what Tiny's saying.
Also, for the
Walter,
thing
you should believe it or not.
You do have a higher threshold for pain, but it's different.
Yeah, well, I she's not making stuff like that up.
No, I believe her.
She probably. It
yeah.
sounds like she's literally living it. Like I
she
can
is,
appreciate. I can
man.
appreciate that. Or I don't want to say I appreciate that, but I can understand that.
I
You know,
appreciate
like that's fine. Like I
but
understand
imagine
where
if
you're
I'm a
coming
doctor.
from, but you're one of
Yeah.
these few people who actually probably are living through that and possibly
Yeah.
going through that. But there,
Yeah.
how do you feel about like? Okay, no, I'm actually not gonna say that because that'll just
Go ahead.
drive a whole nother conversation.
No.
But it's like
it was
if there's so
fine.
many other people out there that are claiming the kind of same thing that you're technically actually going through, how many people would you think are actually going through the same thing statistically that you are right now?
Honestly,
It would probably be like
there are millions.
It'd be
There are little millions in my pain support groups, in my chronic illness groups. There are literally millions. And
who are real ones on it though?
Every single week, I get at least one goodbye note. Every single week, I have at least one suicide in my groups. Normally,
if
it's
there's
a lot more than
millions,
that.
I mean, there would be a lot more deaths. I'm sorry.
No, like
Those numbers don't add up. I'm sorry, but numbers that
the
usually
amount of
don't
people in pain in this country is much higher than people realize, and the amount of people in severe chronic pain is way bigger. And the best part is, if you
how
have
much more is
actual
exaggerated though?
you have less than
And
3% chance of becoming addicted. And there are people right now that have liver cancer, one of the most painful ways you can die, and they're having their meds taken away because people don't want that to become addicted.
Hey,
When they're
man,
dead
look,
in
she's
6
right
months,
about
no
that
way they're
stuff.
gonna live more than 6 months, but they shouldn't be able to.
Trying to get pain medication. I don't know what they did between. It's like having had as many surgeries as I've had this year. It's ridiculous, man.
There are people being let loose from having chest surgery with fucking Tylenol and being sent home like that. The rates of physical therapy so that people can actually fix themselves after a severe injury or surgery has gone down by 43% because they don't have enough pain meds to get through the fucking physical therapy, and therefore they don't get healed.
I will only say just two things.
For decades. If you died in a car crash and happened to have a legal prescription of opiates that were in your system, you were counted as an opiate death. Not a car crash. You were an opiate death. They did that for everyone. They did it all the ways. The CDC and the NIH.
How do you think they upped out the COVID deaths? Come on.
Maybe we can get RFK Jr. in there to.
Oh my god!
Shit up.
Yeah, does RFK Jr. know about this?
Make their fortune off rehab centers. They
hit him up on Twitter.
Where they can't get the drugs they literally legitimately need, so that they end up on the street trying to get some relief, and then they end up in rehab centers.
This is something I was thinking about, man. I hope that dude knows about this because he's pretty.
I will say, I mean, didn't you guys say that a lot of people with pain don't even report it because they don't have insurance? Well, it'd be kind of hard, and you can't. I mean, if you don't have insurance.
Let me tell you something. Somebody was talking about that's why I didn't want to go to the emergency room the other day, but I went to go see my local nurse practitioner. She looked at it and was just like, "They're at the emergency room." I was like, "What the?"
Yeah,
you could go in there, man. They won't give you shit in the emergency room, man. You could go out there. Like, I remember one time I went in there, man. My femur was cracked one time. I didn't even get shit at the emergency room.
All they gave me was Tylenol. One time it happened to me. I was so sick. I threw up my back and I got sick, and all they gave me was Tylenol and some other fucking med.
Oh, that's nice of you to do that. I could have bought that at the store.
Doctor,
yeah.
who is a black woman.
Did MSK only get Tylenol when his tops are?
What? She has young woman with sickle cell anemia. It's in her records. She has them. She can prove it. She's having a sickle cell attack. She ends up in the emergency room. They killed her by giving her too much fucking Tylenol. They used intravenous Tylenol and killed her
because they didn't want to give her opiates.
Because they didn't want to give her opiates because she was black.
No, they just didn't give her opiates.
They said it.
Oh, because she was black.
Yes.
Hi, Tiny's mom.
There are a lot. Are there some addicts? Yes. Are there some people that are overly sensitive and they just want attention and they want help? Yes. But those are actually not the larger groups. People have been pushed this lie for more than a decade.
Well, glad we could make it back to this conversation. Oh, what a great way to end things. I'm just kidding.
I like when Tiny gets triggered.
I will
like
say that
I
old
do.
people not being able to afford their medicine, that's something that always kind of tricks me. I'm like, let's let the old people get their medicine. Come on. It shouldn't be that hard, Like you're old, you got arthritis, he's trying to go into Rite Aid and get a fucking, I don't know what to get to fix that, but just, charge them less money.
Yeah. My mom would like to mention as well that the DEA basically, the FDA basically cut a deal with the manufacturers that if they produce less of the really cheap opiates, that the DEA wouldn't go after the more expensive painkillers, the same and drugs.
I totally believe that.
And they forced me onto Suboxone. They forced me onto Suboxone, and my teeth are now rotting out of my mouth. I'm literally gonna have to have every tooth replaced.
Ugh.
Eventually, because they forced me onto this stupid drug that doesn't work and really is for addicts and has very little pain relief properties, but the FDA and the DEA don't mind putting people on Suboxone.
How did you guys not notice that? Wouldn't the side effects of something in your medicine taking not be noticeable?
They don't care. They won't. They're not even taking.
Wouldn't you care though?
Yeah, they don't.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you care though? I'm sorry. Like, if your teeth are rotting out, wouldn't you bring that up? I'm sorry. I'm just questioning.
There's a huge lawsuit right now. I was invited to be a part of, but I was on the generic, not the main name brand.
My mom shattered her leg in a motorcycle accident years ago. I've been dealing with that for years, and it's like all sorts of stuff happened for it. She had a dormant disease that wouldn't have happened, and after she shattered her knee, it actually activated something. It activated something that was a dormant thing. And she's been screwed over ever since. And I've been dealing, I have to deal with that. Well, I'm helping her deal with that, whatever. It's obviously not the same as yours. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. But
was the dormant disease POTS? Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's just it was something that she had no idea she had anything to be a part of, and it just happened to come about. And it just
you get as a kid, but
we had no idea. We had no idea it was going to come about. That's all I'm saying. It's it was something nobody knew that we were going to have to deal with, and now we're dealing with it. And don't get me wrong, it's screwed up, and she's having the same problem as far as medicine goes. There's a lot of different medicine she's going through. And don't get me wrong, I'm sorry. That sucks. I'm sorry. I have no idea exactly your specific thing, but my family has also I've been dealing with that too. I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, not for me, but my mom. But it sounds like it's a generational thing. Maybe I might have it too if hopefully I don't screw up my leg and that becomes a thing too. But I'm also dealing with something like that where they're going through a bunch of stuff, and each time a medicine comes around, it kind of screws her up either worse or sometimes better, and it's a hit or miss. So I roughly understand where you're coming from, but I have no idea exactly what you're going through. But don't get me wrong, I don't want to say I have sympathy because a lot of people don't want sympathy, but I'm hearing you on that because
we need to give her.
I'm dealing with the
same
thing.
We'll give her all of our money. We gotta do. Every paycheck we get goes to her bank account. But the last thing I'll say is, doctors, it's hard to generally tell if they care or not because they deal with so many people. I'd imagine on certain patients, if you're toward the end of your day, you just give them some bullshit to get them out. People understand it's still a job at the end of the day. You still deal with a ton of
one of my
people.
residents at the clinic, the neurology clinic at New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Teaching Hospital. My resident was they're teaching us bad medicine. I'm supposed to have you come in once every 6 months and in 20 minutes tell me all the things that have gone right and wrong in the last 6 months, decide if we need to change your medication or not, and get it all typed up into the computer. So he's not even looking at me. He's typing while we're having a conversation because he has expected to get every single one of his patients out the door within 20 minutes.
It's very impersonal. Possible. It's very impersonal. It sucks.
It's not even, it is impersonal and that does suck, but it's even worse than that in the sense that there's no way that they're covering 6 months fully in those 20 minutes. There's no way that all the different things that have possibly gone wrong in the last, some of appointments, sure. At 6 months, nothing's changed. Good to see you, doc. Bye.
Respect your senior citizens. Respect your elders.
Yeah. And as my mom said, there's a lot of doctors that are telling their kids not to go into medicine, which you always used to be, if you're a doctor, you especially want your kids to follow in your footsteps. But they're like, no, you end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Ooh.
You get your hands tied by so much regulations, it's not even funny. And you don't actually make a good living. You can do better as a fucking plumber or a well-trained electrician.
My daughter's trying to get into medical school.
I mean, all right. So we had a great night. Starting to wrap it up here in a little bit. Lot of pussy around here. You know, it's always coming out. The legs are opening up. Hi, kitty.
Theo laughed hard enough that it was afraid he might stop breathing.
Lord, man. I'm never racist. I'm charismatic, and I make sure I'm a person that keeps the conversation flowing. But
good enough, and smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
People, like in California, at least for some things I read back in the day, people. I'm pretty sure it works for every state because health insurance is fucking expensive as hell. People will literally won't go to the hospital or doctor because it's just too expensive. Even when you do, because we all know this, when you go, it doesn't change anything. You could have bought that shit by yourself at like a Rite Aid or a Walmart or a Walgreens. You know,
if you break your toe, you just wrap it up, man. It's fine.
Look, like fucking hell, you try $3,000 bill. I don't know how much it charges for the ambulance to come to your house. That's a lot of money. All that stuff, X-rays and doctor. Oh my god,
crazy. Yeah, it's definitely a racket. Though there was a really interesting story about a guy who got hit by an ambulance and then taken by that ambulance to the hospital, and he got charged.
Oh my god!
The ambulance hit him, and he still got charged.
I'd be like,
I would just ignore that. If they try to charge you for doing that shit, just ignore that bill. Literally say, I'm not paying that shit.
Well, I mean, I think it turned into actually a small lawsuit against the hospital or something. But it was just the irony of getting that bill in the fucking mail after they were the ones to say, "Hey, you."
MSK is 90% of the pussy on the stream. That's not true. I don't open my legs. I am charismatic, and I am a person.
A minimum of 90%.
I'm a professional. Okay.
Professional what?
Black guy. All right. So, Theo, let's start with you. What you doing? Coming up?
Hey,
are you stepping near your turkey with your tongue and your fist?
God damn, none of that. All right, I'm going to be doing stand-up comedy in a lot of cool places. I'm going to be traveling a lot in 2025. I already have a bunch of fun trips lined up. And if you want to know where I'm going to be and come see me, or if you want to see video clips of things that I'm doing, or if you want to see the live stream show that I'm going to be dropping soon, you should follow me on all of my social media accounts. So that should be fun. That's at Theo Snod on Twitter and at Theo_Snodgrass on everything else.
Hell yeah. Gray, what you got planned coming up, man?
Yeah, got a couple of videos dropping pretty soon, and then some more reviews. But other than that, I'm taking it a little bit easy in this next little bit. That's about all I got going. What about you, Diesel? What you got going on, sir?
Probably nothing this weekend, because I know Aaron said we're putting off Space Jockeys since it's holiday and everything, and I imagine he'll probably put off Rogues Gallery too. So probably not anything.
No, Rogues will be on Friday though. It'll be after Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know if he is. I'm just saying there's no reason.
Well, Space Jockeys is on Sunday, so
Yeah. I mean, unless he's working.
Well, I don't have anything to talk. I haven't figured out anything to talk about either. I've been mildly retarded this week. So
yeah, I noticed that.
But nothing going on really.
Oh, okay. Cyfax, what do you got planned coming up aside cloud chasing off me?
Yeah, definitely just cloud chasing off anybody that randomly hits me up. That's always fun to do. But no, tomorrow I'll be on I should, if the schedule works out, I'll be on Hold My DualShock channel. They're a relatively small channel. They get like 3,000 subscribers or whatever. But I've been lucky enough to be invited on there, kind of conveniently or whatever. That'll be around, I believe, 6 o'clock PST, so West Coast time, or if you're watching this, you'll probably be able to catch that. Right now I'm doing a review of the Cobra Kai series. just because that's kind of the only thing out. I kind of just do the reviews of either the newest shows and or the newest movies that are coming out. That's kind of my thing that at the moment. I'm trying to get into more of it as I learn more of like OBS and CapCut, and I'm terrible with all this stuff. If I'm just being honest, I'm not very good at all this stuff. So the more that I do it and the better that I get at it, I'm hoping to, get better at all of it. I have no idea what to say.
Oh,
But
and
yeah,
no thinkers this
that'll be
week.
it.
If you guys are watching Kitty stream, I don't think she can do thinkers this week because of Thanksgiving. There's shows on Thursday morning when we're like at work and shit. So
she's doing it sometime because she was on when I was on Leon's show Monday. She said she was going to do something. It was either Thursday or Friday morning.
maybe she's doing one of those debate diagrams or a game.
Who's in Dubai?
Yeah, she's in Dubai.
Arab Emirates or whatever.
Yeah.
Not
Just
to
making sure
spread her
we
business
don't
around,
hide
but
what I
I
usually do,
believe we're not doing it in the morning because she's under the weather.
Oh, that sucks. Ah, fucking hell, man. Hope she feels better. I love having my kitty around. She's nice to me. She's nice to me.
She's based.
Yeah, Kitty's pretty based.
Yeah, I asked her if she had any hot sisters. She was like, MSK, no, you're black. And I was like, all right, okay. Well, that's just kind of sealed that.
I'm pretty sure that never happened.
She's Italian, but she lived in Africa. Doesn't that give her like an inward pass?
I mean,
dude, when you send us a link that says the whole white swing, like the whole white stream, I mean, come on, dude. Like, what are we supposed to expect? Like,
God.
I'm kidding.
All right, Tiny, what you got planned coming up?
Well, I'm generally here Wednesdays and Saturdays. I think Devil's Angels has been postponed till after the holidays, so I'm not doing that on Mondays anymore. Last Sunday of the month, I still do Star Trek: The Next Generation retrospective with Moxie Dame. This last week we did the special read through, and it was a lot of fun. But we also just enjoyed just taking single episodes and breaking them down and stuff. I've been invited to be on Society's channel in January because he's doing some interesting thing about Jews in Israel and
dope
the Bible.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a Catholic, a Jew, and a Christian. And I'm like, well, great. You guys be talking for 5 hours. That's a 5-hour show right there. That man doesn't even consider Catholics Christian. You guys just start going down a rabbit hole.
We haven't even got to talk about that, by the way. We haven't even opened that can of worms yet. I'm so excited. I'm so hyped, dude. I'm so hyped. Bro, we used to let your
Bro, dude, he lives at Catholics and not Christians. Like, I'm not getting into that conversation. I don't care enough.
That's
man.
He other side of the theological debate. But
he ain't a fan.
I'm mostly available in the afternoons and evenings, so I'm happy to stream jump.
Yeah,
I do not have my own channel because I don't feel like I'm ready for it yet, but I'm still on everybody else's. And you can always find me on Twitter/X at Beatboxed.
She's never disappointed here. She used to stream from my show, and I got more viewers than her because it's me. But
except when I was allowed to stream to X, didn't I have twice as many viewers as you for your stream?
You're like a decently okay looking older woman. Guys have lower standards these days than usual. It's okay. It's okay.
You keep telling yourself that.
I have to. That's my coping mechanism.
Some people age like fine wine. Word.
Society didn't ask you to join MSK as a practicing narcissist or a nasquackist. That's not even a word. How do you practice nasquacking?
Nasquackist.
Dude, I thought you shriveled up enough into a raisin that you actually just disappeared. But all right. Like whatever muscle mass you thought you had, it just fucking dissipated. But all right.
But as you guys know, for me, I told Tiny that thing I was going to send her. I have to put the finishing touches on it. It's downstairs. I don't know if James's sister will send Chaz's thing out later. Oh my god! I'll have to go downstairs and see if it's still there before the end of the night's over. I get that
Is
done.
it a fun maze of mirrors where you get
There's-
just the right size dick pic or something?
Nothing-
or what's
nothing-
going on?
Yeah,
Nothing-
he's got to learn Photoshop and the enlarge feature.
Nothing more needs to be said
Like,
about
this
that at
one's
all.
small, this one's
No.
long, this one's whatever.
Sure.
And it's all in one
I
picture. I mean,
I
come
fully
on.
agree.
To
All
be
in
fair,
Minecraft.
they'd be creative.
All in Minecraft. Said all in Minecraft.
Definitely Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. Sure, yeah, Minecraft. No, Minecraft. Yes, all
Sorry, I
all
don't play
Minecraft.
Whatever.
All Minecraft on Santa's sleigh as he goes down your chimney delivering you milk and cookies. Wait, aren't you supposed to give him milk and cookies? Right?
Yes, you're supposed to give him milk and cookies, and he delivers presents.
Why
That's
do
so
kids
fucking pagan. That's a fucking pagan ritual. I don't give a fuck what you tell me.
Dude,
Yes
don't you
and
know
no.
all you gotta do is move a letter or two and it spells Satan instead of Santa?
You know, it's called Xmas now. It's not called Christmas anymore. It's called Xmas these days.
You're leaving food out for a fey creature. So
No,
that it gives
actually,
you
it started
gifts.
by that dude Saint Nicholas that used to give presents out way back.
He used to give fruit, especially to those who like needed like healthy foods and stuff.
Yeah, man, they
Which
all
was
had
a big
scurvy
deal.
back in the day.
You know, that was a big deal.
Well, as you guys know, for me, I'm working on putting out consistent content in a shorter time frame. As people have seen that on both this channel and my comic book one. I'm going to start the other two very soon, getting plans for that. So all the news videos from that I want to get done at the end of this year, going into 2025. So basically, when like February starts, or at least by the end of that month, all this should be done. The Cloud9 podcast is all on Rumble. New episodes are going to be there on YouTube, X, and Rumble. Tomorrow, we're going to do an episode with me and Chaz around 8:30, 8 PST. Tomorrow, I'm just going to stream League. I'm trying to do that at least 5 days a week. What else is there? Nope, but that's pretty much it. After these episodes are done, I'm going to put up the Iron Man podcast episodes on this podcast platform. When that's done, then I upload this show, and that's it. So that way, when the episodes are done, download them, upload them, and then we just keep it going. I got a lot of followers over there on Spotify, so they want more content. And they love the longer episodes because they say the longer, the better. And that's what my wife says when I easily devoured her in sex last night and thrusted inside of her.
And woke up from the dream.
Oh, glad you finished that. I was just going to put my foot in my mouth. So, all right.
I love how it rolls so naturally off your tongue. It's not awkward at all.
I'm leaving Santa a note and some Ozempic saying lose weight, fat ass.
Well, Walter's on the naughty list
Do
this
not
year.
be nice. Do not be mean to Santa.
Yeah, don't be mean to Santa. He's a ho. Jesus
So
Christ.
I also saw Red One, and I thought it was really funny. Not an amazing movie, but really funny.
Is it still out? I gotta go watch that.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
I will have a Santa hat that I'll wear on Christmas. No, this is season of giving, and I am a giver, not a receiver. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. Depending on maybe if I have that one-on-one on Friday. If we don't have that, then the next episode of this show will be on Saturday, and then we'll just go from there. The show with Savage Dad isn't going to happen again until this Thursday coming up because he's leaving Sunday or Monday, and he's not going to be back until like Wednesday night. So yeah, thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you guys later. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. See you guys later.